Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to have you. Norma is in the house. Good morning, DD, and beautiful chat. Al, good morning, DD, and Norma. April, good morning. Be right back for breakfast. You got it. Toast over easy eggs and bacon would be just fine, April. Please remember to hit the likes as you guys come in. Hit the likes, share the link, and go ahead and click those little emoji things. It just helps the algorithm take off. Carolina girl, good morning, DD and Chad. Welcome in. Morning, April. Morning, Carolina. AJ, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Awesome. So I'll be honest, I didn't get a lot of good sleep working on a case, and I just did not get any good sleep, but I'm going to do my best. Mary Kelly, welcome in. Good to have you. Purple, good to have you. Welcome in. Click that like, guys. Click that like and just hit those all them little thumbs up, hearts, and all that good stuff. It just sends the algorithm. Share the stream. And really, honestly, you can support this channel in any which way you want. But honestly, the word of mouth for us to grow is probably the best way. Just saying. Feel sniffles coming on. Okay. All right. 9:01. Hope everybody's having a good morning. April, hope you're having a great vacation. And I do want to say thank you for being here because I know sometimes vacation is a hell of a lot better, to be honest. But hey, thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. All right. So today's case, we're going to be talking about. First, let me just say that on the Nancy Guthrie case, there isn't really any new information other than what Savannah did, right? As far as her putting out that video. And we kind of covered that. So there's not a whole lot there. On the Alina Moore case from South Carolina, the physical fitness individual, personal trainer, there's nothing yet. Still waiting on the toxicology report. It's kind of like very limited there. The Kinney case, Marley Kinney from Kentucky, still waiting for the toxicology report there. Just giving you guys a little update real quick. The 16, there's always a little bit of here and there as far as dealing with like trying to get released on OR bonds so they don't have to pay. This is the Elizabeth, the mother. There is some things, little things like that, but really that hasn't really even begun as far as court goes. Al says, me either, DD. I was up until 4 a.m. Couldn't sleep either. Hopefully tonight is better, without a doubt, Al. Just my mind was going everywhere. But a lot of it had to do with what I was reading on this case. The other one is the Marley Kinney. We're waiting on hearing on that for the toxicology report. We have the Monique and Spencer Tepe from Columbus. We're waiting for a trial date for that. We also have, obviously, the 16 kids. We're waiting to see when that begins. Thinking about going back up there one more time. Going back up there, just kind of waiting because it definitely is a little drive. But we'll see. I'm thinking about going back up there and doing another live there. Hopefully I'll be getting a Starlink so we can go ahead and we can have some reception, hopefully. Um, Also, plans are still to go see Nancy Guthrie in Arizona. That's still that's all most likely going to happen. Um, what else? We heard already about the Joanna Ruth Shields case. I'm still dumbfounded by the results, but we have heard about where that stands. Um, what else? I'm still looking at a case that Al sent me with the 4-year-old little girl. Um, but this one here last night really caught my attention, and we're going to talk about this one, and then we'll probably try to steer back up to the 16 kids rescued up in Vinton, Ohio, Hamden, town of Hamden, Ohio, down south about 70 miles from Columbus. AJ, Oleg, good morning, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. You got it. Good afternoon. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Oleg. Appreciate you, Kat. And what else? The Elizabeth Waddell up in Granada, where she went up there for a vacation with a friend. They haven't released a friend's name. I've been looking everywhere for it. I'm sure I could dig more and more and more, and sooner or later someone's going to pop it open. But I do not know who that friend she stayed with at the Airbnb. So we got that. There's a little bit of information, but really it's just more clarity as to she went into the water. She was in front of a camera. It caught her going into the water, putting her beach towel on the I thought they said the pier, but it's not the pier. It's called a jetty, and she put it on top of there, and then she went into the water. And once she went to the water, she was swimming. She went a little bit further than she got out of sight, out of the camera that had captured her, the camera footage, and then she just disappeared. She was only there with herself and her friend, and that was it. So, husband has now been there with their one daughter, helping search. The husband to her best friend, Amanda, who was a spokesperson for her, is also over there. Well, she's not over there. Her husband's over there, also helping out Kaylin to look for his wife. Heather, welcome in, Heather. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great day. Hump day. Thank God it's a hump day. Welcome in, Heather. So there's a lot of things going on, and it's not like I'm putting anything in front of anything. I'm just going with what we got, going with what we have. So there's a lot of other cases too. Understand that could be also. We could be talking about in just about any case. But right now, as it stands, this is where we're at. Carolina girl, any updates on Nolan Nolan? Thank you, Nolan. There's been a little bit of information as to more video, kind of like the same video that we've been playing about Nolan. And if we have a time, I'll go into a little bit of that. Not sure we're going to have the time, but we'll see. But Nolan, there is a little bit of video, like newer, clearer. And really, honestly, it depends on who you go to, right? Who you go to get your information. So in this case, I rather stick to like the mainstream because, they're not going to jeopardize, people like Nancy Grace and et cetera, because they're not going to jeopardize their reputation. So that's what we're looking at. Chris, I went ahead and posted that link to you, bud. Pam, thank you so much for the 10 jewels. Appreciate that, Pam. Thank you for always supporting the channel, everybody. Appreciate you all. Okay, so that's pretty much in a nutshell. I'll look for some things if we have time as we go on. But right now, that's really where we're at. Like I said, there's Still waiting for the information to come out to see, but they're not. Well, here's the thing, everybody. On the Nolan case, they're not going to show you anything dealing with the toxicology report. They've already made that clear, the DA. Excuse me. They already made that clear to the DA because of the fact that they're going to give it to the grand jury, and the grand jury will decide how they're going to go ahead and play that out. So just for that sake and purposes, we're not going to hear anything from the toxicology report until they say one way or the other. The way it looks now, to me, in my opinion, I think there's going to be enough to go ahead and file something. Probably you're looking at, there's a lot of things you can look at, but probably is going to be tampering with evidence if they're able to get it to that low of a charge. Should be more, probably, in my opinion, but it's all about the facts, right? All about the facts. So that's what we got going there. Welcome in, Chris. Welcome in.
Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm tired. Sorry, I haven't slept all night. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was.
All right. Well, be careful driving.
I'm sleeping right now.
Be careful driving, bud.
Nah, I'm good. I'm
all
good.
Right. Okay.
What the hell are you talking about? Anything good?
This case is really shocking. So this is what we're going to get into right now, everybody. We are going to talk about this case. And it's a very sad situation. Anytime you deal with young kids, it's a sad situation. So let's just get started. So there was a dad up in Michigan, New Haven, that went ahead and unalived his wife and 6 kids. And before he unalived himself, he set multiple fires around in the house and set the house on fire. Now, this came in, and the idea that there's not a lot of things out there. There's some things out there that talk about, like on Reddit and whatnot. Can't trust that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of accusations as to why and how come. But he had just been relieved of his job. He was working for, I think it was the American Heart Society. He was an executive. And he had just lost his job 2 weeks prior. So when they got the call, they smelled smoke. They went out there, the fire department. They didn't see anything. I thought I had read that they left because they didn't see anything. And then later it really took off and they came back again. And that's when they noticed it was on fire. That part is so sketchy right now. So bear with me on that. Let's just say, for all sake and purposes, he really had, and he did set the house on fire. When the fire department eventually responded, they were able, this was in New Haven, Michigan, April. So when they went ahead and they were able to basically do what they could for that home, they noticed that there was kids in there. Some of them were in the basement. Some of them were in their rooms. He had took a pew that he had bought, and that is what it looks like he had used to go ahead and do all the unaliving in that house. Now, this house is really nice. It's off the lake. Pretty house, or pretty close to the lake. Pretty house. Big house. They had 6 kids. 2 of them were adopted from China. They adopted. The mother was a substitute teacher at the local schools. Big heart. Everybody talks about a big heart she had. Buttercups, welcome in, Buttercups. The idea that they really, she was just one of those individuals who love children, and that's why they adopted two from China. Here, the previous year, they had went to China, I guess, to go back and kind of show the kids their literally, where they're from. But they seemed like a very happy family, really, truly happy family. Um, so that's where we're at on that. Holly, welcome in, Holly. So there's not any really, they haven't come up with any reason. Now, there's been people that have been posting on Reddit and whatnot. Uh, I think Facebook as well, making accusations that are possibly maybe he was having infidelity. There's nothing to sustain that. On surface, it looks like he had just lost his job. They had this beautiful home, the responsibilities of the 6 kids, and maybe the dad just lost it. Now, I say the dad because it was his weapon. They haven't recovered his weapon, but it's his weapon, that they believed he used for the size of the round that was basically, after taking the bodies, they were able to see. They did say that every one of them in the house were all unalived by that same weapon. Okay, so we know that's that. Once again, we don't know if it was him or not, or if there was something behind the scenes, but the evidence seems to point everything that it was him. Okay, that doesn't mean that even law enforcement doesn't know at this moment if it was him. They have no. I mean, they're suspecting it was him, but they don't know. They haven't been able to piece those pieces to understand the dynamics of what the family was going through, because literally at the beginning, this family, when you look at the pictures of this family, and we'll show a video later, when you look at the pictures, man, they just look like a happy family, you know, like no other, just any other happy family. Kids looked all like they were happy together in the pictures. Everyone looked happy. So this is what makes this such a very strange, odd thing that someone would literally go to that extremes, possibly under pressure. Like I said, lost his job 2 weeks prior. He was the vice president of the uh, Heart Foundation, you know, and so yeah, there's a lot there. Let me read some of these. Sam says, new info, Nolan Wells, can Janita Brantley, a voice tech, cleaned up the audio from the call for help, and there are people heard saying they unalived him and covering up the unalivement. Interesting. We'll touch on that. We'll touch on that, Sam, here in a little bit. We'll touch on that. God willing, we'll have some time. Thank you so much for that news. I appreciate that. So this family is very, very now the parents of the mother, literally, they have come out and said they are literally in shock. They can't believe what they're hearing. They can't believe what has happened. Uh, the I can't pronounce the last name, but the wife was named Amanda. She was 39 years old. Her last name is Carol Kowitz. Carol Kowitz. And that the husband is Christopher Karokowitz. Um, yeah, she just was a very nice person, it appears, from everything everybody has said. And she just the school had put out a thing about her that she was so kind and loving. She loved kids. She adopted 2 kids, yada yada yada. So there's a lot of things that really, like, we don't know what someone's going through behind the scenes, and we don't know why this happened at this point. But definitely, this is a tragedy bigger than big. I mean, here you're talking, like I said, the kids were 5 years old to 15 years old. 6 of them, including the mother. it's just really a sad situation, and it is taking a lot. This is going very national now because of the way it was done, So that's where we're at. Any comments? Have you heard of this case? Any comments? They didn't release any of the names of the kids because obviously they're underage. But have you guys heard anything on this? Please share if you have.
Where was this done?
New Haven, Michigan.
Oh, no. When did it happen?
This happened on the 20. Let me look real quick. It would happen on a Friday. I believe it was I'm looking here. Give me a sec.
So it was in the last couple weeks?
Yes.
I think I heard of it, but I didn't look into anything.
And like you, Chris, I thought I heard something about it. I just wasn't sure. And I think at that time we had the other things that were going on that, it didn't overlook, but I just, we had other things happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's
no way to cover everything.
No, that's the thing. There's so much going on. There's so much going on right now, and
I want to say, Chris, it was the 26th.
It was the last Friday. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think I heard about it on Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, that would make sense.
Okay, so I want to go with that, but I could be off a day. I'm just looking through my notes. But it happened. The firefighters responded at 11:42 a.m. 11:42 a.m. is when they responded.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see if I know they say it somewhere in here, but
whatever. So I had to step out of the vehicle the last 10 minutes, but the husband is caught dead alive on the run.
The husband unalived himself.
Oh, he did. Okay.
He's the one. The way it looks like, he's the one that literally, once he unalived everybody, he then set what they're claiming is he set the fire in multiple different areas of the house, and then he unalived himself. And when they found everybody, they all had that same. I don't know what happened to my light. They all had that same. The round was in every one the same, so it had to be his weapon, obviously, and they said as much. And not sure if in fact that we don't have that right. Thanks, babe. We don't have that idea that it was definitely him, but that's what it appears to be. So I'm sure the more evidence comes out, the more, because you just never know people these days, right? Never freaking know.
You don't. And I don't, I know, obviously, if you're doing that, you're at your breaking point.
Yes.
But unalive yourself.
Right.
Leave your kids, leave your wife alone, unalive them, and then, they'll suffer because you did that, but they're still alive. So I don't, and, I can't speak on it because I couldn't unalive my kids.
Those are sometimes for many of us, that's the reasons we live for, is our family. Right. So that's definitely.
Yeah, but then again, I can't really speak on that because I don't know what it feels like to be in a situation that he was in. But look at losing your job, and you might not have the money to pay all the bills perfectly, but there's help out there.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Or just come straight forward to your wife and be like, look, I can't handle this stuff anymore. I'm losing my mind. I need help. I need to step over. You know what I mean? Do something. Right. Don't kill your kids. I mean, crap. Doesn't make sense.
No.
But again, I can't speak on it because I don't know.
Right. No.
I've never been I've never been, depressed, and I know that can be. My daughter is severely depressed, so I deal with her on it. But
Sure.
I don't know what it feels like, and I don't know what that feels like. I'm the least stressed person you could ever meet. It just rolls off my back, off my shoulder. Really? Okay, the house is falling apart. All right, whatever. It just rolls off. You handle it, but man.
Yeah, no, and like you, I don't know. I mean, I deal with it with my some of my kids. Let's just say it
Yeah.
seems to go around in today's world so much, and so I see it. But myself, yes, I do deal with a little bit of it from the military. But other than that, I don't know what it feels like. Just like when people say, my whole everything is turned upside down. They go from one mood to the other. They're happy, they're sad. That's very hard for me to be able to try to figure that out because I really don't understand it because I'm not as much as like you where I let everything roll off. I do build up pressure because my whole thing is trying to make sure I find a way to make it happen. So I use that motivation
Yep.
as to do everything you can. And believe me, if there's a will, there's a way, I'll find it. So I never
Yeah.
give up. But that doesn't mean we don't stress out,
No.
obviously. You know.
Yeah. No. Look, this is the only way that that I did. Like, I just told a lie. I got stressed the other day when I didn't have the internet.
Uh-huh.
So I called out, like, you better fix this. I'm yelling at this poor lady. She's like, I don't see any. She says, I don't see anything wrong. I'm like, I don't have internet. I said, ma'am. I calmed down. I said, ma'am, I apologize for getting a little testy with you. But if I don't get internet back, Dog's going to be pissed off. He's going to yell at me. I was like, I need my internet. And she's like, is that Devil Dog in here? I'm like, hey. She's like, all right, let me see what I can do. And, I had internet by 11 p.m.
Oh,
but yeah,
Lord.
no, that is the only time. What am I doing?
You could have told her you're going to call Saul.
I'm calling Saul. No, man, there's always a way, right? There's always a way.
If
You
that's
know what I
one
mean?
thing,
Like,
yes.
yeah, I mean, you don't. I'm sorry, man. You don't unalive your fucking kid.
Yeah, there's
You
always
don't
a
unalive
way.
anybody.
Right. Because you're not right in your head when you do it.
No, obviously this dude was a disaster. He was a complete disaster. And if there's no reports of past issues, then he just snapped, right? He couldn't take it anymore, and I get it, right? I get it. I mean, I've been in situations like, oh, stop! What are we gonna do? Oh my God, I don't know, blah 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 blah. But it all works out in the end, man. But obviously he's holding in a lot. No job. How am I paying the bills? What am I going to do with my kids? And blah, 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 blah. So,
Very well said. Very well said.
Well, that's what you pay me for. You pay me for that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, anyways, you're late with payment. My pancakes haven't showed up yet.
I told you got to drive that e-bike all the way down here.
I sold it, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. You had to get a one-way ticket, bus ticket to get that. So L says exactly, Carol. AJ, agree, Carol, with AI. Can't trust anything nowadays. Carol,
No.
exactly, AJ. Buttercups, the same thing happened in our small town. We were all shocked. F you. Yes, I agree. I agree. And it's something like that, man. It shatters a community. Now, they lived like right around the lake area. I think it was Lake Michigan, I believe. So that home was
Probably.
really super nice. Now, I don't know if they had just purchased it and then this happened. I have no idea, but I tell you what, that house looked really nice. The kids looked like they were happy. Big. It's just, yeah, stress can do wonders to people's minds without a doubt. But yeah, that happens. That does happen, and unfortunately, trying to pick up the pieces for everybody else, like Amanda, her parents are trying to pick up the pieces, and all they can do is talk about what kind of great person she was, because that's all they have, and what kind of great that those kids were to the family. So it's just really
Yeah.
sad all the way around. April, maybe he lost his job for something illegal. That's a very good possibility, April. Like I said,
Could be. Could be.
there was a lot of things that were being said on Reddit, and Reddit, a lot of sleuths were coming out, I guess, and making putting out some narrative that apparently the family said that wasn't true. I'm not gonna say anything which way. That's why I don't go to Reddit, because, in my opinion, that's where people usually say things that they really may not have the truth to. So I stay away from that. But it was reported that there could have been something going. Not that there could have been that. Reported on Reddit that there was something going on behind the scenes with possibly him and someone else. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. We don't know at this point. We're just trying to wait to see what the detectives come out, because they're going to obviously definitely investigate this and try to get as much information as to build the narrative as to what happened. But thank you, that Buttercups, appreciate that. Thank you, April, for that. Granny Jackie is in the house. Good to have you. Very awful, Granny. Very awful, without a doubt. And yeah, the strain, as earlier as Buttercups was saying, on a small town, man, there's only so many people in your town, and you have crossed people or kids at one point at a time. As you're going back or doing different things in life, you're gonna run into these people. So it's not like they're estranged. Even if you don't know them, you sure know you probably have seen them in small towns, and that's what makes it hard. If you never thought that that family could be going through so much trouble or so many problems, or maybe just one of them in this case, maybe just the husband, you know, it is possible. And the idea that you don't know what other people are going, man, if that's not true to the core, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I just don't know what is. So L says, "Good morning, Granny Jackie." AJ, good morning, Granny. Click that likes, everybody.
AJ.
Do me that favor. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just saying hi to AJ and everybody in the chat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sam, usually in cases like this, the wife tells the husband she wants a divorce. If the guy is on drugs, mentally off, he would rather off whole family than get new woman. It's sick, but seen few cases similar. And you probably could be right, Sam. We don't know that, but you could be right. Uh, I've seen cases like this in law enforcement, and not that many kids, but the divorcing and then unaliving type deal. And the reality is this: the reality is that that does happen, but when you extend it to your whole family, your kids, not even giving them a chance, to live that beautiful life. That's crazy, man. That's really, and you're right. Sometimes it is drugs, but he was the working as he was the vice president or some high, I think it was a vice president of the, what did I tell you guys, the Heart Foundation or something. It was really truly unexpected, I guess, for the better
Hey,
lack of words. Go ahead.
oh, good. No,
Okay.
sorry. I was reading it, but did you say, did he was the vice president of the American Heart
Yes,
Foundation?
American Heart Association.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
his name is. Hang on. His name is. I think I would know it offhand, but this is such a new case here. His name is. I'm going to get it. Christopher Karakiewicz. Karakiewicz, 47 years old.
Okay.
So that's just yeah. Josiah, welcome in, Josiah. Good to have you. Thank you for being here, my friend. Morning, Devil Dogs and Chris. April, don't forget to hit the
Morning.
likes, everybody. Good morning, Josiah. AJ, Josiah, thank you for the jewels. Josiah, for supporting the channel like you always do. Appreciate it, my friend. L, thank you for supporting this channel, Josiah. April, Didi, you're in the dark. I think I'm out now. I was. You're definitely right about that. Yes, Mrs. Didi fixed it. She saw it and she came over and said something's not right. Annie, right, Chris, Sam, do we know if the guy is military veteran? Sometimes PTSD or flashback can cause symptoms. I have relatives that was in NAM, gets paranoid and fireworks sounds. They can control it, but bad sometimes. Bad for some. Yeah, I it didn't say anything yet. And I'm sure they're going to look at all that aspect to see if he did have like some things from the military, but they never said he was in the military. I wouldn't discount that because that's a very good point, Sam. Very good point. Joy, please stop talking over Devil Dog. Thank you, Joy. Whiskey, put on your big boy panties and deal with it like an adult. I agree. I agree. Sometimes people are they're just not as, and I don't say this like meaning the way it's going to sound, but sometimes people are not as strong as others and they tend to crumble at, when adversity hits. But yeah, you're right. You're right. There's never an excuse for that, without a doubt. Well said. Sam, Joey, panel guest, your panel guest. Okay, let's go on, everybody. Thank you for keeping the chat respectful and kind. Carol, please be respectful. Sam, rather boxer shorts, whiskey, LOL, didn't know it's dressed up day, laughing out loud. No, I had no idea. Boxer shorts, whiskey, laughing out loud, didn't know it's dress up day. Oh, respectful side typing and walking. Carol, Chris, April, be kind. Be kind to the host, chatters, and guests of Risk Time Out. Friendly reminder. Yeah, we really like Chris, love Chris. And matter of fact, yeah. Let me send him the thing again because he might have went off. And Chris is one of literally our favorites here, guys. No doubt about it. He just hasn't slept at all right now. So, cut him some slack. Sometimes something as simple as losing their job can be enough to set. I just sent you the link, my friend. Sometimes simple losing their job can be enough to set a person off on PTSD. Oh, without a doubt, Sam. Without a doubt. I mean, just to be frank and honest, I deal with PTSD from the military. And yes, I totally understand that without a doubt. And looks can be deceiving. Someone can seem like they're the nicest and the most kindest, and then other things happening. That is very true, El. We don't know what other people are going through. We don't know what other people are dealing with. We don't know what other people, are for the better lack of words, handling the everyday grind. I mean, let's face it, everybody. Right now, where we live today in our society, people are struggling, and that's not any way, shape, or form like putting it on anybody. Just saying, people are struggling hard. So, think about it. I don't know if they just bought the house, but it looked brand new. So let's just say they just bought the house, loses his job, can't make the house payments. The wife works as a substitute teacher. They just adopted 2 kids. They now have 4 mouths to feed. Now they have 6. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Not excusing it. I'm just saying that's a lot of pressure. And some people are not just built that way. They just don't have that fortitude to be able to put one foot in front of the other and continue to march forward. Because that's what I do when things get rough. I try to use that military, put one foot in front of the other, and march forward. As long as you can move, you can do something. Pam, Sam, you're right. My son has PTSD, and he just goes off just like little things until he got help, and he is doing good. Awesome to hear, Pam. Awesome to hear. Awesome to hear. Well, that's great, no doubt, because I'm telling you, sometimes you just need some medication to help bring you down a little bit from exploding. It brings you down. April, I don't do Reddit either. Yeah, I'm not a Reddit person because I think it's a lot of false narratives in there. And it seems like no one really monitors it. So you can write whatever you want. It's like, yeah, that's not me. Oleg, Reddit, Facebook are the pits. Thanks, Cat. Appreciate that. Sam, I'm glad he is doing better. Just getting the help is hard sometimes. Can't bring themselves to admit they need it. It's very hard when you have to go in and you have to, for example, when I first literally many years ago, I had to go in and talk about these things, and it's hard. It's hard because you have to find that first of all, you got to come to a point where you trust the person you're talking to, because it's very traumatizing, and you have to trust that individual and then hope that, like in your mind, you're thinking, man, are they going to judge me for this and blah, blah, blah. And there's so many things without a doubt. Ole Cat says, National Vice President of Sales and Marketing, Mission Aligned Business. Thank you, Cat. Once again, it could just be some other information they put in there. But that's what I had here. But even though he had a damn good job, that we can say, and to literally go ahead from that, let's see here, I'm trying to find it, but I'm not wanting to take away from that. So I'll just trust what you got there, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So anyway, Buttercuts, Pam, my son does too. Luckily, he comes pretty well with it by working out. There's always different things, My thing used to be I had to be busy. I had to do things. I had to stay, active. I had to stay, even if it to the end, the end of the day when I just was totally tired. Then I would go to sleep, take my meds and go to sleep. But it's that thing that for me, everybody has this coping mechanisms on what they use. And that was mine. I just wore myself to the very end and then just fall asleep, take my meds and go to bed, live to be another day. So yeah, I totally get that, Buttercup. Sometimes people work out. Sometimes people just constantly walk everywhere. My biggest thing used to be I love walking in cemeteries. I love walking in cemeteries because it was so peaceful, so quiet. And I would just walk and kind of think and let my mind just, drift away, if you will. So absolutely awesome that he's found that one thing, Buttercups, that's actually going to help him literally every day, because some people don't know what to do other than medication. Some people don't know like what works for you. It's everything hits everybody differently. Without a doubt. Thank you for that comment. Sam, hopefully there's a special place in hell for evil people like this to spend eternity. Yeah, it's a tough one too. You cannot excuse that no matter what, in my opinion. Yeah, I make sure he does, but he is totally different than he was when he came out of the military. What would to see in the military wasn't good. Nobody should even see it. Pam, yeah, at first he didn't want to admit it, but he realized it and then he got help. L, good morning, Mrs. DD. Good morning, Mrs. DD, says L. Doug's in the house. Good to have you, Doug. Oleg, he has had 21 jobs. What? Let me share with you on like a little bit about them. Okay, I want to share something here with you because I hang on one second. I have to find it. There's so much information. All right, all right. Dun. Sorry, everybody. So apparently they did work in different jobs. They met at a one of their jobs that they both used to work at, and I'm trying to find that. Okay, so the couple met at work at a beverage company, in 2008 and began dating that summer. In 2008 is when they met at a beverage company that they worked at and began dating that summer, according to a parenting orientated blog that Mandy Karolkowitz kept over a decade ago. The two married in August of 2009. So they met in 2008, got married in 2009. Their first child was born April 25th, 2011. 2 years later, which she hailed as the best day of my life so far. Two more sons followed over the next 4 years as she shifted from a banking job to a part-time position at a local insurance agency and later stopped working outside the home. The couple later adopted two daughters and had another biological son. The blog frequently expressed her Christian faith, her joy in the family, and her love and appreciation for her husband and his parenting. Chris Karowitz, to Chris now, he held their life together. He says he's a very lucky guy. He wrote in 2019's Facebook post, 10th anniversary, although her blog ended in 2016, Mandy Kalkowitz continued sharing updates on her family and activities on TikTok, videos including clips of trips to China earlier this month. So it was earlier this month, not a year ago, with two of her children. So didn't say the 21 jobs, but it did say you could see where that pattern that, they started out just like everyday people working at a job, met each other, got married, and the rest is history. Oleg, interesting, very interesting. Doug, good morning, says L. Buttercups agree. Pam, my son did 10 years. Tell him thank you for his service. To everybody here who has family in the military, thank you for their service, without a doubt. Devil Dog 88, there is the StreamYard that I sent Chris. AJ, Doug, good morning. L, Chris likes to joke around and have a good time. My kind of people, without a doubt. AJ, call in Doug. Sam, yep, Pam agreed. One cousin ran over a little boy in Iraq with a deuce and a half transport truck. He struggles with it every day. He has on a supply run and under fire, didn't see the boy. And and in those situations, it's hard to tell the individual that wasn't your fault. You went and did what you were doing, and you just didn't see him. But you know what? Sometimes you can say all the things in the world, and it just doesn't matter because it happened. And that's the hard part. Well, good point, and thank you for mentioning that, Sam. Buttercups, L, I tried to defend you last night. Sorry that happened. Buttercup, thank you so much for having my back. Appreciate you. Was being attacked in someone's chat for literally no reason, being called a bot. So I don't go to I go to other people's chat, but it's just, yeah. It's not like this chat where, normally we don't deal with anything. Normally it's been great here lately. It's been wonderful. So, yeah. Chaos. I've been in here, was the first one, but was on my TV laughing out. Couldn't chat. Got you, Chaos. You're good. Thank you so much for being here. Doug, Devil Pubs, good to see you all. Doug, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to. And somebody sent Chris and tell him to get back in here. Chris is like our team. You know what I'm saying? There Chris is. All right. Chris is here. Doug.
Don't let him in, Doug. Don't let him in, Doug. No. God, no.
Here he is. Doug, there is the link, my friend. Barney, good morning. I almost left. You're good.
You had to ruin a perfectly good morning. You got to let him in.
I sent it to you, Doug. Hi, Kay and Barney. Good morning. Chaos. Hi, L. Sam. Welcome back, Chris. Morning, Doug. Miss Barney.
I know, right? I forgot when I make a call on my phone, it disconnects me from StreamYard.
Right.
But so when you said the Hot Foundation, I'm like, wait a minute, that's got to be the American Hot Foundation.
Well, that's what it said here, but then Oleg earlier, and I don't want to go back and look for it, but earlier she said, Oleg said, I'm trying to find it again. Oleg said, I think it was Oleg, said, hang on a second. Basically, it was somewhere else, but I mean, it was high up, but it was another position, so I don't know if, once again, if it was just a misread or they said this and it wasn't that. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to look for it because it's too much going back up. But anyways, he had a good job. The point is he lost his job. That's the bottom line. Chaos, I've been here. AJ, good morning, Barney. Chaos, hi, AJ. Chaos, hi, DD. Oh,
there I am. I muted myself. See, I'm so tired. I'm muting. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I wasn't going to remind you.
No, you were going to say something, no. But no, the only reason I said anything when you said that, thanks, April. I know, like, duh. I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I made a call because I have a very, 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 very close person to me that is a higher up in the American Heart Foundation. So they would know this person. So that was the phone call I made. But like normal, you know, they didn't answer when you need them to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But we'll wait and see.
Out of all the things, right, let's just suppose, obviously, that he didn't work there. Okay. Well, out of everything I could have said he worked in, why in the hell will I pick the American Heart Foundation, right? I mean, it was in there somewhere. So
it doesn't explain, you know, I mean, that's normal when you go on your tangents and stuff, you know, just bringing up. So, oh, yeah, he played for them.
Pam, it helped my son get the trucking because he does see a lot of people at time, the therapy also too. Where is Doug? I send you the link, Doug. Carol, Chaos, 24 likes, 24 watching. Good job, everyone. Simplify, everybody.
Wait a minute. I didn't like it, so that's...
Well, we had 25 just came up, so you need to click
that. Oh. Well, no, I haven't decided if I like it yet, so then...
Whiskey, I have worked for rich people over 30 years. Believe me when I say their bank account is life or death for them. They can't lose their place in society. That's pretty sad. Because when it gets to that point, my God, man, you're at everyone else's mercy. You know, that nothing goes wrong. Kat says Coca-Cola. L, this is so sad. AJ, I agree. Whiskey, exactly. Whiskey, it's a shame. Buttercups, heart, and hearts. Amen. Doug, there's your StreamYard.
Come on, there, Doug. I got to tell you something. Come on up here, Doug. Pretty little clues. Good morning.
Buttercup, Whiskey So
Hey.
True, April. We have created great community chat. This is the kind and respectful. Amen, everybody. Well said.
Hey, Doug.
Huh.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Listen, this morning when I woke up on my phone, it had, you know how on Facebook it comes up with, here's a friend suggestion. And
I
it
was
comes
there?
up. No, not you. It comes up and it says, no, I would have declined that one. It
I
comes
bet.
up and it said, a person you may want to connect with. And the name was Nancy Guthrie.
Ha!
Oh,
You have
wow.
a Nancy
way.
Guthrie in the Berkshires.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
I know, right? I was like, get the hell out. I'm like, I wonder if she moved here. Yeah, right. But yeah, no, it was so weird, man. It was strange. You should look into it, Doug.
I'm gonna have to look her up.
There you go. If I don't know if I deleted it or not, but if not, I'll send it to you. I thought it was funny.
That is funny.
Arnie, this is a great safe place to chat. L, welcome back, Chris. Chaos, hi, Chris. Buttercups, love this chat. Amen. April,
That's why we love you guys too. We love you.
Chaos, I told PLC to come in and if she's not busy. Well, there is the link. Let's see here. There's the link, everybody. If she wants to come in, PLC, you're always welcome. There's the link. I just put it on there. Chaos. April, Chris, you are muted. Well, that was earlier.
That's because Dog has the ability to mute me when he wants
I
to.
do
So it's just
not.
like mute.
That's
Yes, it is. Don't let him tell you
I-
stories.
I do not. A song in my heart.
Yes, he
My
did.
best friend passed away last night. She's one I talked to. Now, who do I talk to? I'll miss her dearly. I'm thankful for channels. For channel is on right now, so I can be here with you guys. Song, thank you.
You can
so
talk
much.
to
I'm
us.
Sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that, my friend.
I'm sorry to hear that. Who was that? I'm sorry. Who was that?
It was her best friend.
No, who lost their best friend?
A song in my heart.
A song in my heart. You can come here and talk to us.
Chaos.
We're on all the time.
Everyone unfavored by muting herself. Pretty little clues. Good morning, Jens. Chaos 414. Good morning. The host, gentlemanly of the gentleman. Ha ha. Well said. But there is a link there if you want to come in. Just letting you know, there is a link. You're more than welcome to. Chaos look, it's PLC. L, a song and PLC. Good morning. April, song. Sorry to hear that. Series in the house. He was vice president of sales of a small division selling courses in first aid CPR. Okay, that's what it was, Chris. Vice president of sales.
For American Heart Foundation?
I don't know. I just
All right, I'm looking now, so I'll I'll see.
AJ, Gain. Good morning, PLC. Doug, good morning, Pretty Clues. Pretty Little Clues. Cat, I can understand why he did it. The stigma of reaching out for help. Some people just can't do it. This is sad, without a doubt, everybody, without a doubt. Buttercups, a song big. I am so sorry. AJ, Siri, Chaos. Yep, I'm such a gent. You. Yes, laughing out loud. April, Pretty Little Clues, good to see you. Song, thank you. You got it, my friend. Pretty Little Clues, good morning. AJ, DR4, and Analyze Doug, April, Chaos. Chris, Chaos. Hi, Buttercups, April, Oleg, Siri. Okay. Pam, I am sorry, a song in my heart. Chaos, hi Pam, song, Carol, Buttercups, hi Kay. Siri, Devil Dog, he was vice president of sales of division selling for first aid CPR courses, was remotely not VP. Yeah, they everybody's already, or not everybody, some has clarified that. Thank you, Siri. Appreciate you. But maybe I think I wanted to really promote him and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I saw that from a different case.
Yeah, whatever. Don't
My
matter.
bad, everybody. Holly,
It's all right. We
everyone.
vetted it. It's fine. Everybody took care of it. Not a big deal.
Pam, hey Kay, Carol, hello, L, good morning, Holly, Double Dog, April, Chris. Go ahead. You got some, Doug. Doug, go ahead and read some of them. Going down to Chaos 414.
All right, Chaos DD, you were on top of the chat, not all chat. Pretty little clues. Oh my gosh, this is the Grand Harbor case in Michigan. Oleg says, hi, Chaos. Holly, did you hear about the Facebook post of the old couple that was at Horn Island telling someone they seen what they did to Nolan and they gave info to the police?
Did not see that. Let's stop right there for a minute. Did you hear about the Facebook post that an old couple that was in Horn Island telling someone they seen? Chris, see if you can find that.
Hold on one second. I will after.
Okay.
Let me just read this right here.
Okay, you gotta read it.
What?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Christopher, and I'm going to demolish the last name, but Christopher Karlowicz, whatever, was employed by the American Heart Association September 23 till July 26th, serving as National Vice President of Sales and Marketing. So he did work for the American Heart Association. So that's good. So you were right. You were correct. Nobody was wrong or anything, but yeah. So that's good because that's 23. Ooh, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. But we'll see when my buddy calls me back and see if he knew him or anything. So
interesting. Yeah, let us know what the vibe
yeah, I will.
is there.
What do you want me to look up?
Oh,
Dude, lose job.
Holly said, did you hear about the Facebook post
Yeah.
of an old couple that was at Horn Island telling someone they seen Nolan and they gave info to the police?
No.
Sorry, Grand Haven.
Do we have any info on that? Or
Do we have anything else, Holly? A name? Where could Chris find that? Doug, go ahead and pick it up at Pretty Little Clues.
Pretty Little Clues says, Grand Haven. Chaos, hi, Holly. Holly, hello, K. L, Holly, I didn't see that. Interesting. Chaos, DDPLC and I are bestie. We live close and talk all the time. I'm also a mod for her, and I'm her only top tier member. So we go back and forth in every chat. Low, sorry for the language.
You're good, Chaos. I'm glad you said that because I was like, oh, God.
I knew that.
Go ahead. I didn't know that. But thank you. Thank you, Chaos. Appreciate you. Go ahead.
Simwim, that's the call. I told you, lady cleaned up the audio on Nolan Wells' case and had the call look up her name in Google article. I should poo? Yeah, she should poo.
Thank you, Sam. I wasn't sure if that was the one, but hey, thank you so much. Chaos. Aha is a scam. Sorry, but true, like all the other big charities. Chaos. Hi, Sam. Holly. They also said someone was giving cocaine to kids out there.
That's
Anybody
right.
who gave any type of drug, I guarantee you, they're going to pay. It's going to come back.
We heard about the cocaine day one.
Yeah, well, we heard that they had narcotics. Yes, we did hear that they
We
had
just
narcotics.
didn't really mention it because it wasn't confirmed, but it
Right,
seemed
there you
to
go.
be. There's also a name associated with that, and the name is Bart.
Bart.
Bart is a new name that's I'm seeing flying around from a bunch of places.
Interesting. Bart. We're going to have to look at maybe Black Bart.
Yeah.
Bart. All right, go ahead, finish up.
Miss Barney, please remember to hit the like, join, and share. Remember to be respectful too. Holly,
Amen.
Officer Tatum said it yesterday. Oleg, hi, Miss Barney. April, okay, thanks for clarifying. Chaos, AHA, America Heart Association. Chaos, hi, Barney and Holly. Yes, that kid that towed the boat.
Oh, he was the kid that towed the boat. Boat tower. It's interesting. So what's your take on this case so far? I mean, I know it's not a whole lot of information, but what's your take on it, Doug?
My first question is, why did he lose his job? What was the underlying issue?
I think if I recall right, I think they said something to the fact that I believe those are more like by grants or something that they get, I'm thinking, because they said that it had expired,
Okay.
and I'm thinking maybe I don't know this for sure, but maybe the grant expired and it wasn't getting refilled. You know what I mean? It wasn't, they weren't going to continue to get that grant money, is my thinking. I don't know. I could be wrong.
So the old couple who gave the information to the police,
Yep.
they are either residents or longtime locals who, don't come all the time.
Okay.
It says they may have seen or heard something about Wells during the 4th of July boat trip. Let me just keep going because there's stuff that we don't need to hear. Overheard large. The July, they stated that the July 4th crowd was very large, obviously. And even if someone didn't personally know Wells, they could have seen him in the group photo or video. This suggests that the old couple could have been among those who took such footage or who were in a position to observe him. The couple's account, if it exists, would be part of a broader effort to reconcile. Oh God, I can't even read. Conflicting statements from Wells' friends, and then it skips on, and then it comes to the end. The couple is described as local residents with possible on-island knowledge. They may have seen Wells in the group, a video, overheard something. Their information is part of an ongoing collection of visual evidence to cross-check witness accounts. Their involvement is not yet publicly detailed, but they are among the many people investigators are still speaking to. If you're looking for any confirmation to their identity, it would have to come from the Jackson County Sheriff. So whatever they told them hasn't been released yet because it's still part of the ongoing investigation.
Interesting.
If it's anything at all, but obviously, if you're stepping forward, you're not lying about it.
Exactly.
If you're just an old couple on the island, you're not going to lie about something unless you're like related to the family. But if they came forward, they had something.
That's well said. No doubt. Thank you so much for that information, and thank you for letting us know and finding it, Chris. Appreciate that.
Hey, you're welcome.
Holly says, Bart. Oh, wow, Holly. That's very disturbing info about the rugs. Pretty little clues. I really do implore anyone who donates to any nonprofit, look into their executives and see their corporate payouts. And Doug like to eat javelina poop.
Javelina poop.
Did I?
You read it right. You heard it right.
You read it right.
No, I'm joking to death. I'll be back.
Whiskey Bart was Katie's boyfriend. Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what the narrative is.
So Bart would have had a reason, but I saw a picture of him because I did see a picture of him, and he looked kind of scrawny.
This Bart character?
Yes.
Do we know his last name?
I don't have his last name, but I do remember. I do now remember when they said that about he was the one pulling the boat. I do remember seeing a picture of him. He was, as a matter of fact, it was in one of somebody's live, and I don't remember whose live it was, but they had a picture on the cover, and they had him there, and he looked kind of scrawny. But I guess it don't take much when someone's completely inebriated to go ahead and take him out, for better lack of words.
I don't trust anything in this case anymore.
No, there's a lot of stuff in here, without a doubt, and it's Bart. I was just gonna say it until I read it. Pretty little clues put Bart Simpson.
Bart Simpson.
Sam, Janita Brantley Googled her name and Nolan Wells audio. You will find the record call.
The original recorded call or
I think so.
the fourth time tampered with recorded call?
Right?
Hey guys,
The one we listened to yesterday was the 4-time tampered with CC. So I don't know how much validity I'm putting into that call anymore.
with who?
The Nolan Wells,
Oh,
the dispatch call.
got you.
Now there's a video. There's audio of that call where somebody removed the lady, the receptionist lady that took the call. Somebody removed her voice from the audio, so all you hear is what was being said on the other end.
Well, Chris, Sam, can you give us a little bit more information on this so Chris can probably look it up? This call I'm talking about has people admitting to unaliving him and covering it up, says Sam. One of the kids, Bart, heard saying he unalived him. He is unalived.
Okay, that call. Yeah, I did hear about that one too. That's a different call.
Can
where the name
find that?
Bart came from.
Can you tell Chris where to find it so he can go look for that one?
Let's see.
Oh, I didn't choke on my coffee. I choked on my sausage, egg, and cheese from McDonald's. Don't tell anybody.
Hello, Alley Cat says hello. I came looking for you, Devil Dog. You got it. Welcome in. Holly, I guess Tatum said he talked to the couple. I wonder where this is going. Carolina, thank you, mods. Side note, April is just noticed your new pick. I love it. Hi, Alley Cat. Pretty Little Clue says, yay, Doug loves javelina poop, and Chris choked on his coffee. It's a good morning.
Of course, you'd reread that one.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to, but then I thought it's funny. Hell,
right.
Sounds like to be something may have happened on the island. I mean, it keeps looking like that. Go ahead, Doug. You got April and down.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me get back into the chat. I was looking up the Brantley
Okay, no,
thing.
then I'll read it. Stay what you're doing. I'll go ahead and read it.
I was seeing if I could find this Brantley thing.
Absolutely, go for it.
Doug? Did you hear that audio call?
I haven't heard it yet, but I read what people were saying about it.
You heard it, Doug?
No, I didn't hear it.
No, Double D. Double D.
I didn't hear it either.
I didn't even know that was out there.
I didn't either.
Who's it supposed to be?
Sam, could you tell us who it's supposed to be so that we can go ahead and look it up?
Janetta Brantley.
Janetta Brantley.
Now, who's that supposed to be?
The lady who cleared up that audio. Janetta, Jeanetta, Brantley, Brantley. Janetta Brantley.
Says a black woman enhanced the audio in a call related to Nolan Wells' case. What she heard has people listening closely.
All right. Did you find it?
I found an article on Yahoo. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now to see what else it says. I don't have the actual video or
Got you.
sound. I just have writing.
Yeah, I'm looking. I found her. She's an audio engineer, so screaming Nolan's name while some others seemingly said, "Oh my God!" It sounds like the audio we already listened to.
The same one we already listened to. She's the one that distorted it.
Yeah, so there's nothing new. That's the same audio we heard.
Okay.
It's the one on the phone where she removed the reception lady from the tow place or whatever.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's move on then.
Because if that was something new, man, that would have been all over the news, you know?
Yeah, right.
But no, well, hey, it's good that we vetted it, and thank you for the
Absolutely.
info, Sam. Is it Sam?
Sam.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
it was
We
Sam.
heard that, but thank you very much.
April, AI made it, but pretty close similarity. LOL. Holly Tatum also said someone told him Katie and Nolan were very intimate in the water and it caught their attention. So Tatum said that. But what does that have to do with him being unalive?
Well, if her boyfriend was there, which I've never even heard that before.
But I did catch that.
I did not.
Yeah.
I must suck at this because I
No,
didn't know anything about that.
I suck at this.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to just leave it at me. You know what I mean? You might as well just sign off and let me and Doug handle this. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord mercy. Alley Cat, Tennessee. Hello, Sam. It's cleaned up audio using no AI, says Sam. Sam is saying it's cleaned up audio using no AI.
It's from the lady. I know. We heard that. Well, I don't know if you heard it, Doug, but I heard it.
I never heard it.
The lady is not on the call. Oh, wait, they got rid of her voice. It's just what you hear from the boat. And it's the same thing that we've heard.
Well, they were talking about they were going to try to do that. That they were talking about they could eliminate part of the 911 or not the 911, but the lady.
Boat lady. Yeah, no, They eliminated her whole voice. You don't even hear her.
So that's a possibility.
You got to get rid of the music, the dispatch caller, the voice calling, and then you got to raise the volume of the voices in the back. And at that point, I don't trust anything.
Hang on, everybody. Hang
that
on.
comes out of it.
Hang on, everybody. Hey, Pam, would you want to come in here and talk to us a little bit about that? Since it's close to your neck of the woods.
20
Come on,
minutes
Pam.
from there.
Come on, Pam.
This guy that unalived his wife and 6 kids, 20 minutes from me.
Wow.
Pam, would you like to come in? Let me know, please. You can go ahead and share it to us if you like. Sorry, guys, I'm skipping a lot of people because I have to go to the bottom to see if she will come on.
I can answer everybody's question or whatever they're saying. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Hit the like. Yes, maybe. No, maybe. It's possible.
Hey guys, hang on. Buttercups, may I ask for thoughts and prayers? Sitting in pre-op with hubby. He's having an open back surgery. You got it,
Jesus.
Buttercups.
Thoughts and prayers.
Prayers are your way, my friend. Absolutely.
Everybody, prayers in the chat, please.
Prayers with you,
Buttercup's
Buttercup.
husband going through a back surgery. Amen. No doubt. Absolutely.
What was I looking up? Oh, I'm trying to find. Damn.
You very welcome, Buttercups. PLC, this is the best dispatch I have heard ever in life, says Chaos. Okay, I'm going to send Pam the link, everybody.
Awesome.
Okay, Pam, I'm sending you the link here. Let's hear what Pam has to say since it's close to her neck of the woods.
That's crazy. I'm still suffering.
I just posted it on there, Pam.
How dare me.
Chaos, POC, where's the foreigner? L, awesome. Thank you, Pam. Barney, the latest call I heard, you could hear the kids on the boat pretty clear. Interesting. Chaos, Alley Cat, always. Pretty little clues, prayers. Pam, I'm working, but I just put a link in the chat. Okay. All right. I put a link in the article in the okay. Okay, no problem, Pam. When you get a chance, just be more than happy to come on in and kind of fill us in. I appreciate it. She's working right now, everybody. So she's
gotcha.
able just to break away. But whenever you get a chance to come on in, that'd be great. Maybe even in your lunch break. That'd be awesome. Carol, Dee Dee is reading all the chats. Thanks. Chaos. Dee Dee, switch to all chat. You aren't seeing all the messages. No, I am. It's just that we were going to try to get somebody else in, and I had to skip through a lot. But let me go back here. All right, here we go. Holly, Office Tatum said it yesterday. Ole, Miss Barney, April. Hey, thank you for clarifying for us. Chaos, AHA, American Heart Association. Hi, Barney. Holly, yes, the kid that towed the boat, Bart. Wow, Holly, that's very disturbing info. Pretty little clues about the poop. Whiskey, Bart was Kate's boyfriend. Janetta Brantley from Sam, we read that one. Ellie Cat for Devil Dog, you got it. Holly, I guess Tatum said he talked to the couple. Carol, thank you, mods. L, side note, April, I was just noticed your new pick. Love it.
Who's new pick? What pick? I didn't see nothing.
On April, for April's new pick. L, cat. Pretty little clues. Yay, Doug loves Javelina Poop and Chris. Yes, we got that one. Sounds like to me something may have happened in the island. Without a doubt, Pam. Well, April, AI made it, but pretty close similarities. Awesome. I'll have to do that.
Excuse me.
Holly, Tatum also said someone told him that Katie and Nolan were getting intimate in the water. Hello. L says Alley Cat. Sam, it's cleaned up audio using no AI. Okay. I put the link. Let me see here. Skipped on me. Chaos prayers. Pretty little clues. Chaos 414 threw him in the ocean. Holly, Carol, Burton, prayers, hearts. Chaos, talking about the Michigan Dispatch, not Nolan. Got you. Pam, I put the link in the news article in chat. L, didn't hear the Michigan Dispatch yet. Chaos, Dee switch to all chats. Pam, I'm working, can't come in. Carol, Dee is reading the chats. Thanks, Pam. Okay, Chaos.
Breaking news.
Carol, he's missing
Breaking news.
messages. He's on top of chat. No problem, Pam. Miss Barney, question: whatever happened to the radios, CB radios on boats? I don't know if that's an old thing or not, Barney, but yeah, you would think that they would all have them. But, you know, I did hear someone say that there wasn't any CB radios on that boat.
I don't. The only person you're calling with that is the Coast Guard.
Yeah, I heard that. I did hear that there was no CB radios on the boat. I don't know where I heard it from, but I did hear it.
And I don't
ask them do you have your CB?
Oh, got you. There you go. Thank you, Doug.
So it must not be a law in that area, because anywhere else I know of, Massachusetts, wherever, you have to have a radio on there to get your boat registered. You can't not. So they might be different there.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
good point.
I wouldn't go anywhere without a radio. Really?
I wouldn't go anywhere without my phone.
Well, that's true, but sometimes when you're way out in the ocean, you don't get a signal.
That's true. Very true.
Unless you have a GPS phone or you have I wonder how the satellite would work out in the middle of the ocean. Must work well
Starlink
because
works great out there.
Starlink?
yeah, because that's how the boats do it.
Mm-hmm.
They have satellite, so they can get it when they're 150,000 miles offshore.
Hey, everybody, just on a side note to all the Devil Pups and everybody in here, I am definitely getting that Starlink today. Just want to let you guys know. Okay, moving on.
Heck yeah,
It's
dog.
about time.
Okay.
And hey,
all right,
just don't forget to send mine this way. You know what I'm saying?
Please like and subscribe, Buttercups. Please hit the like and subscribe. Guys, hit the like, subscribe, help out the channel. Let's get it to grow. Pass it on to your stream, your guys' friends. Make it happen. Click the likes, and let's get that algorithm going. Gene, DD, mods, and chat. Good morning. Welcome back, Gene. Good to have you as always. Ali, there is a Reddit thread that said Mandy posted her husband's. Yeah, well, I heard that.
Believe Reddit.
I don't know if that's actually a fact because when the parents came out of Amanda, they said there was a lot of misinformation being put on Reddit. So I don't know if that was true or not. Now, I did say that there was an allegedly some infidelity reported, but that was through Reddit, and I just can't. I'm not.
I don't touch Reddit. I don't.
Yeah,
See, I love Reddit.
I agree.
What'd you say?
I love going to Reddit. I don't use it as a sole source, but it's good to get information, and then you can use that to cross-reference with other sites. And
Yeah, I mean, I just don't believe. Like you said, I don't.
Taking it at face value, right?
yeah, face value, but it's more of an uncensored site. That's why you get that more raw, authentic stuff on there.
Yeah. Miss Barney, exactly, Chris. AJ, good morning, Gene. L, the great news, GD, about the Starlink. Yes, absolutely. Woohoo, Starlink incoming for DD.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I figure we're going to need it anyway when we go to Arizona. So,
Yeah, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
What are you going to Arizona for?
I want to see for myself what that Nancy Guthrie home. I want to see it for myself. I want to be able to see the dynamics around it. I'm not going there to per se sit there, but I am going there because I want to observe it for myself to get my eyes on it and kind of see, what it means to me. Like, because kind of like what Chris McDonough was saying. When he went out there and he looked at that house, it was a whole different perspective to him. And I get that because when I went to this house over here in Hamden, my God, it was totally like eye opener. So I want to go down there for myself, be able to see it. Me and Mrs. DD go out there and kind of check it out and see for myself so that I can kind of better understand the dynamics of the layout and everything.
Got it. So here's my picture on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Doug, you put Pima County Jail in your phone as I will. You cover dog's bail and I'll get the missus bail.
All right.
There won't be none of that, I promise. There won't be none of that.
And then we may have to fly down to pick them up or something. You know what I'm saying? So get ready. Warm up the jet.
I will have everything on from my military from head to toe. So therefore, you gotta really be pushing that issue. If you're gonna
I can see it. I can see it now. People walking by his dog out there in uniform and shit like, what the hell happened? What's going on now?
Sir, do you need a ride? Oh Lord. Oh my God, it's funny. Chaos. Hi, Gene. April. Good morning, Gene. Gene. Good morning. Carol. Hello, Gene. K. Good morning, Gene. Carol. Good morning. Agree, Doug. Can get good info on Reddit, but always have to make sure you can verify without a doubt. Well said, Al. Barney, radio strength is more dependable than other signals. We have become too dependent on cell phones. That is true. No, definitely CPs are probably a hell of a lot better, okay, for on the big picture. But I was just saying that, hell, I was making a point that I would have never left my phone on the boat, is what I was trying to say.
No, me neither. I'd have taken the chances of it falling in the water.
Exactly. I would have took that son of a bitch everywhere I went.
Here's the thing. If you remember what they said he left his phone on the boat in the waterproof case or bag.
Right.
Well, that's why they sell them, because those bags you can submerge.
Right.
So you could have brought your phone in your pocket.
Fact of the matter is, I don't think. Okay, I'll just say it the way it comes out. I think he is.
Hold
full of
on,
poop
guys.
Up to his ears. Okay, I think he's full of poop up to his ears. Everybody's different. Everybody is different, and for as many people that don't want to take their phone out, I'm sure there's just as many that will have their phone right with them. So the idea of this 18-year-old talking about, oh yeah, no one comes out. I mean, think about it. Think about what he said. He came out right, and he said, oh yeah, I come out here. I want to get away from my phone. I just want to be able to relax. Dude, you're 18 years old. You're not like, in your 50s and, whatnot. You're 18. Who says I want to go ahead and just relax and not hear any just noise, distraction, yada, yada. It's a bunch of BS, okay? In my opinion. Yeah, I think he's full of.
You're talking about the interview with Wyatt, right? Is that what you're referring to?
No, not Wyatt. Warren.
Warren.
Yes. No kid says that at 18 years old that they're just going to relax. They really want to get away from all that distraction from the phones. Really? I mean, come on, man. That's come on, guys. We all know that's BS. Let's not kid ourselves. If you're like us older individuals and you want to go ahead and get away because you're tired of the damn people calling you and bill collectors and people, this, that, and the other. And yeah, I get that. You want to just get away. And I've done it. Get away, go up to the mountains, Shenandoah Mountains, and just camp out for a week. Probably the best thing I ever did in my life. But to say at 18, I just want to relax and get away from everything. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break. Just saying, everybody. My opinion. Chaos at East 2. Holly, all three of you guys should go on a live stream.
Wait a minute. This ain't live?
We are on a live stream.
We are live. Chaos, you're going to Tucson. Yes, I am, Chaos. I am going. How far from you from Pike County? Well, I'm in Ohio, so I'll let you do the math. It's going to be a long flight. Pretty Little Clues. Wait, wanna go? Wait, wanna go? I gotta go just to see it for myself to get my own take. That's the reason I'm doing this. It's not for, I don't want to. I'm not a distraction for nobody. I just want to see exactly what I feel and what I see and how I can comprehend that layout in my brain. Seeing it is one thing, but when you're there and you're actually observing it, it's a whole different ball game, in my opinion, because I've seen that now going over here, like I said, to Hampton. Chaos PLC, right? Me too. Get a give, send, go set up for bail flies. Oh, stop. That's not going to be none of that. I guarantee you there won't be none of that.
I'm calling Mark Kelly.
Oh my God! Hey, if I knew Mark Kelly, I'd call him in a heartbeat, but I don't know the guy.
Can you get my money out, please?
Hell, Chaos. I agree with you about good medical info there. Can hear others' experience and perspectives there and what they said. Why don't we just play it and hear what it says? Chris?
Oh, they're talking about Reddit still.
Oh, gotcha. My bad. Chaos, 110%. Thank you, 110%. April, I can see DD and Alex sitting by the road. That's not happening.
Hell no. Hell no.
Happening. But it is funny, April. But no, not because let's just say it's not happening because I'm not going there to sit.
Just bring a wheelchair with you and use it as your seat.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, he has to bring one anyways. Well, his rocking chair has wheels. So he can roll and squeak at the same time, Hey, throw that up on the screen. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Right. Zero. Absolutely nothing.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, everybody. AJ, April, Carol, laughing. Now you guys are laughing. I know I'm old, but damn, and I feel older than I am. But my gosh,
I know. Well, you bet. Hey, do me a favor. Turn up your hearing aids. Put this up on the screen, my man.
put this up on the screen. You got
Yeah, it has nothing to do with true crime. It has, well, if you consider a flat tire true crime, but check this out. Check this out. Oh, this is funny.
Oh, this is the bull run.
Look at that.
God.
Talk about strength. Here goes your tire. Dude, now watch. Watch the water come out now. Watch. He either punctured a radiator. That's all the... He either punctured the... Well, that's blue. Washer fluid bottle.
Yep.
Gone. That's some serious strength. And look at these idiots.
It's the bull. Where's this at? Mexico or Spain?
Probably, but...
Because they do that bull run like every year.
Yeah, Spain.
Yep, there it is.
That's crazy, though.
No
like,
way in hell I'd be. I seen people get gored so bad.
Well, last year, 2 people died.
Yeah, I was gonna say that happens a lot. I'm like,
yeah, the guy, he was running from the bull. Well, obviously, he was running from the bull. The first guy I saw, he slipped. The bull went down on him, and actually, the spear, horn, whatever, went right into his chest, went right through his heart.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have a chance. That's crazy.
Very.
What do you get? What do you get for if you get away from the bull? Hey, good job, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, I was explaining to my kids the other day too. In high school, what the hell was that? In high school, one of my friends during the summer, he was a clown for the bull riding at the local. They don't have it anymore, but they would have a rodeo every summer, and he was a clown, a rodeo clown. So I used to get to go and watch him get trampled by, bulls and stuff.
You could pay me enough money to do that.
Well, he would get in the barrel, and then the bull would roll him around like a, I'm like, whatever, because he knew, that famous rodeo clown. He's in like every rodeo video that you could pick up for a rodeo clown. He's in it. He's famous. But they were friends with the family, so that's how he got into doing it. But that guy was not my family, or I'd be a rodeo clown. You know what I mean?
Well, you got the clown part right.
Hey! All right, it's funny. I was just about to say that. I said all I need now is a rodeo.
Chaos. Oh Lord, April, don't say that. Holly, the news article out there in Michigan said the same thing about the husbands cheating and her seeing red flags a few years into their 17-year marriage. Yeah, like I said, I don't know, but I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, if it can be validated without a doubt, but yeah, I think the family's going through enough right now. The extended family, the mom and the dad and the siblings, because those kids and that 8 family has been destroyed, and everybody that they know will be affected in one way or the other. Photon, morning, everyone. Good morning, Photon. AJ, good morning, Photon. Pretty Little Clues. I am very old. Oh, just not as old as me, Pretty Little Clues. Holly, they went to the party. Hi, Photon, says April. Sam, morning, Photon. Photon, AJ. Photon, hi, April. All right, let's keep going there. Barney, Photon, good morning. Gene, I am 84 years old, and my phone is on my hip 24/7. There you go, Gene. There you go. Well said, my friend. Well said. Chaos, I'm saying Pike County. Oh, okay, Pike County, Ohio. I really don't even know where Pike County is at, my friend. I'm way up north. I am way up north. Is that more to the south, way down to the south? Photon, morning now. Sorry about the chaos. Hi, Photo. Pretty Little Clues. No, I want to go with the Bell Crew, not your 15th honeymoon. Oh, Lord of mercy. It's more like 35-year honeymoon. Chaos. Hi, Gene. Barney, my dad lives in Arizona. Maybe we can go down there and say hi to your dad. Photon, hi, Chaos. L, no, not MK. I don't even know MK. Chaos, you missed the first part of my message. Okay, hang on. High photo. Chaos. Oh Lord, April, don't say that. Yeah, 110%. PLC, right? Me too. Yeah, I'm not seeing the others. All right. Lee, good morning, everyone. Who messes with a bison or attempts to get close are insane, without a doubt. Well said, Lake. Well said. April, Chris should check that out. Sam. Yeah, Chris, see if you can find that one again for Sam, and let's post it up there. Let's hear it. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. If you
Did
don't mind.
Jeanette call there?
Yeah, let's just bring it up there and let's hear it.
Yeah, let's listen to it again.
Can you do that for us, Chris, please?
He's writing his next joke.
Ah, got you. As soon as Chris comes back, we'll go ahead and have him go ahead and bring it up. Lay, good morning, AJ. Barney, use wheelchair as excuse to go up. Nancy got through. There you go. That's a good deal, right?
That's what I said.
I'm handicapped. Mrs. DD can push you. Just don't upset Mr. D, or you will end up in the cactus with the poop, right? Oh, my God. Well said, Barney. Well said. Photon, hi, Lake, Pam, Nanos, new job, Rodeo Cloud. Well said, Lake. Good morning, 1985, and Photon. April, Barney, Carol, hello, Lake. Lake, hi, Carol, Chaos. Pike County is just south of just south of Columbus. Check out what happened in Pike County. Surprised you don't know. No, I don't, but I'll check it out. Pike County. I will pull it up here in a few minutes, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, I listen to the news every morning, but right now I had to get prepared for this. Here we go, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and listen to this, all right?
You didn't think I was listening. I was lurking once again, you know.
Go ahead.
Yes, boss.
Why I chose to approach this audio the way that I did. As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that CTO call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear. So I basically used techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods. And I specifically chose not to rely on AI because aggressive AI enhancements and voice isolation tools can sometimes introduce artifacts and distort the speech or create ambiguity around the sounds that were originally present. And for something this serious, I wanted my processing to remain as conservative as possible. For this first video, I'm sharing only approximately 37 seconds of the call. I originally intended to continue much further, but once I separated the dispatcher from the boat and started concentrating exclusively on the background dialogue, what I believed I was hearing became extremely difficult for me to process emotionally, and I needed to take a mental break. But I wanted to release this portion because some of the details that stood out most to me occur very early in the call, like right at the top of the call. And so I'm gonna let the audio play, read my transcription if you want to reference, but don't allow it to determine what you hear. I want you to listen first, listen again, compare it with the original recording, and then judge it with your own ears.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the fuck up!
Okay, Chris, play that again so I can read it as it goes, if you don't mind. And just pause it so we can read what it's saying. Mines are not the greatest.
What I did, what you're looking at on the screen, and why I chose to approach this audio the way that I did. As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that CTO call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear. So I basically used techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods. And I specifically chose not to rely on AI because aggressive AI enhancements and voice isolation tools can sometimes introduce artifacts and distort the speech or create ambiguity around the sounds that were originally present. And for something this serious, I wanted my processing to remain as conservative as possible. For this first video, I'm sharing only approximately 37 seconds of the call. I originally intended to continue much further, but once I separated the dispatcher from the boat and started concentrating exclusively on the background dialogue, what I believed I was hearing became extremely difficult for me to process emotionally, and I needed to take a mental break. But I wanted to release this portion because some of the details that stood out most to me occur very early in the call, like right at the top of the call. And so I'm gonna let the audio play. Read my transcription if you want to reference, but don't allow it to determine what you hear. I want you to listen first, listen again, compare it with the original recording, and then judge it with your own ears.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the fuck up!
What do y'all think? She sounds pretty good at what she does, no doubt about it. Chaos, High Lake. A lady tried to feed a baby bison when we were out there in the daddy, though, her in the air. They had to tranquilize the bison to get the lady's genes back.
Nice. I have two issues with it.
Okay.
I don't think they're issues, just two things that I want to, well, one real thing I want to point out is that the beginning of the call is all muffled. You can hear stuff. And then once he picks up and says, hey, we're sinking, the village pump isn't working. Then after that, the audio is clear as day.
Right.
That for me puts up a red flag.
Good.
How can you have all muffled, but then once you heard Bart, perfectly fine. You heard the name Bart. I've never heard that on the original one. I mean, does Does that surprise you? The name Bart came up. Why would Bart be on their boat? Bart is supposedly Katie's boyfriend who nobody knew. Why is Bart all of a sudden on the boat?
True.
It doesn't make sense to me, anyways.
It's a good point.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. Holly, if Bart told that and he was Katie's boyfriend, maybe Nolan was on the other end of the rope before he told them out. Just a thought. Good point, Holly. Lake, she had to be airlifted out. Interesting about the bison. Sam, Dee, do a dab fundraiser for Nancy Street. Do a dab fundraiser for Nancy Street. Raise money for the disabled vets as you cover Nancy's case in a wheelchair from her road. Interesting, Sam. It's a good thought. I'm going to definitely have a little bit of time to think about how to navigate that, but you're right. That's a good point. That may be a good way to kind of circumvent all that BS. No doubt. L, Lakefire, wow. Hi, K. Chaos, chaos. Ambiguity, what the F? I can't do big words. Read my Trent. Chaos, ambiguity, I can do big words today. Chaos, can you zoom in on? I can't see the words. Yeah, I couldn't see the words either. That's what I was hoping Chris, would make it bigger.
It's probably better that way, dog. If you need to see the words to be able to hear what you're hearing, then it's probably not that good information.
Okay. Well,
in my
said.
opinion.
No. Well
if I
said,
have to read what it's saying to let it tell me what I'm hearing, then I can't trust it.
Well said. Well said. It's a good point. Sam, you can zoom in the screen, read transcripts. Buttercup says, so many don't know, but the Army has a bull riding team. My son rode bulls for them in Texas, ended up with 14 staples to the back of his head. Ouch. Ouch. And you know what? I did have, matter of fact, a person that I knew in a nearby town that actually rode bulls in the Marine Corps. And him and another guy used to do that quite a bit. I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't even know that thing existed. But apparently they did. Don't know if they were any good or not, but they did. The Jersey lady. Well said, Buttercups. Thank you. The Jersey lady. The town of New Haven, Michigan has a population of about 6,500. It is the Macomb County, and it is north of Detroit. It is not by Lake Michigan, as suggested somebody on the stream. I suggested that, lady, because that's what it said on the notes. But, hey, thank you for that correction. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, the Jersey lady. Thank you for being here. L, hi, the Jersey lady. Sam, New Haven, better part of Michigan than Detroit. Sam, Way, Carol, hello, Jersey lady. Photon, hi, Jersey. Chaos, hi, Jersey. Chaos, I don't know why I'm so extra social today. Because you're on a channel that everybody wants to hear you. Sam, it seems legit from context of call, and they didn't know they were recorded. Good point. Who is this lady? I really don't know. Sam is the one that brought her to our attention. The Jersey lady, sorry, but I only hear a bunch of garble. Yeah, I couldn't make out till the middle and the end. I couldn't hear out the beginning, so it was hard for me to literally hear anything of substance, to be honest. That's why I wanted to see if Chris could, blow it up a little bit, for a better lack of words, so that we could see the words.
What am I blowing up?
Nothing.
Well, whatever then.
The words. When she's talking about what happened.
Right.
Okay, so
We can't see the words in the chat. We couldn't see them.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. I gotta find them again because it's.
Well, hell, if you know, why you asking me for them? Huh?
This is This is unacceptable. I can't work under these conditions anymore. It's
Hostile environment.
yeah, it's too much, man. There they are right there. This is them.
Okay. Can we cover this?
So it says can we cover it up?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought all about that. Oh, you killed him. He's already dead. Is he dead? Yeah. Somebody yells Nolan, which we heard. Oh my God. Nolan, wake up. Inaudible, but clear. Wyatt. Somebody yells, get the F up, probably. Or wake up, get up, wake up, whatever. Get the F up. Damn it, Bart. No-No's really dead now. But again, what the hell is Bart doing on the boat? Unless this is all just one big lie and they all knew Katie and Bart and whoever.
Very possible.
But
Good possibility.
it just doesn't make sense. Why would Bart be on their boat? So
Yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, it's a little on the strange
I
side.
think there's a lot of things here that we just don't have still enough to be able to one way or the other.
Excuse me, somebody might want to call the cops because I'm about to go kill my kids. Bye. I'll be right back.
The Jersey lady, sorry, but I hear a bunch of garble. I couldn't hear much really. Exactly, Chris. And you heard shut the F up. Chaos. How the F is Bart? Shut the F up was clear as day. Yes, it was. Holly, Bart was not on their boat. He was towing the other boy on his boat. Sam. Oh, unless Bart had a couple other people on his boat and he was tying whatever to tow, and then went ahead and had them pull it, and then he kind of just wanted to jump up. I don't know.
So Bart unalived their best friend and then gave him a ride out of there so that they didn't get caught for it?
I don't know. I mean, it's just well, you got to remember.
I'm sorry.
No. But no, that's a good point. But you got to remember, there's a lot of other video that doesn't have Bart on there. And
Misinformation, in my opinion. It's just more people getting you to hear and see things that they want you to hear and see.
Yeah, possibility. If possible. But here's the thing. I think they're going to have to answer some of these questions, in my opinion. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to get out of this, because somehow just the idea that he was on the boat, okay, and then later ended up in the water, that alone is tampering with evidence irregardless. So they may not be able to, at the end of the day, prove who did what to this young man. But the one thing that we can hear is he's on the boat. We hear that. We hear the names, because everybody has had that same audio on that back end of him being on the boat, wake up, wake the F up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you find him on the water. So something happened where they got him out of the boat into the water. We just don't know who actually was the culprit who may have unalived him. I think that's fair to say. April, in my opinion. April said, Chaos. I tried deleting messages, but on StreamYard, you can see it. It's even if it's deleted on YouTube. Riding bulls in the Marines. What the F? Learn some new every day. I just knew a guy that actually talked to me about it, that he lived just in a nearby town. This was many, many moons ago. And we talked about it, and I thought it was crazy because I didn't even know they had that. And I was in the Marines. A lot of younger adults know what happened. In my opinion, someone's going to slip up and party or something. I think I could see that happening. The Jersey lady, there is a Grand Haven which is on Lake Michigan. That's where they said they live, Jersey lady. The Grand Haven, which is on Lake Michigan. That's apparently where they live because they said they were close to the water. April, kids, a friend, tell a friend, etc. Someone not involved with drop the ball, in my opinion, they will sing yes, without doubt. Melody, hi everyone. Hi DD and Chris and Doug.
I got something to read.
Go ahead.
I was just waiting for you to stop. I was waiting for you to take a breath.
Okay, everybody. Chris has
All right.
got something to read.
Bart Edmiston is identified as a key witness and the individual behind the CETO emergency call during the events leading to Nolan Wells' disappearance. Who Bart Edmiston is? Bart So-and-so Jr. is a young man with deep ties to the local community and is reportedly an active college football punter. His family has connections to the same hospital network as Nolan Wells' mother, which has drawn attention due to the overlapping social and community networks involved in the case. Bart was present on one of the boats during the 4th of July trip to Horn Island, of course, where Wells went missing. The CETO call. The CETO emergency call is a central piece of evidence in the investigation during the call. The boat operator reported that the vessel was taking on water and requested assistance. The dispatcher struggled to obtain clear information, including the number of people on board, their ages. Enhanced audio analysis later revealed background voices, including someone calling Nolan's name and a female voice asking, "Is he dead?" Investigators and audio engineers have focused on identifying the voices, and Bart has been identified as the caller who made the emergency report.
Oh, wow.
Controversy and investigation. Some online analysis suggests that Bart's identity was initially obscured by friends and witnesses, possibly to protect him or the family's reputation. Investigators have obtained GPS data from his boat, and authorities have interviewed him as part of the ongoing probe. While the Jackson County Sheriff's Office has not indicated any charges, the case is under review by grand jury, and the family's independent autopsy has left the cause of death undetermined. Public discussion has highlighted suspicions about potential cover-ups or withheld information, though no official evidence implicates Bart in wrongdoing. Current status. Bart's involvement is primarily as a witness and the person who made the emergency call. Authorities continue to investigate all aspects of the case, including witness statements, boat data, and autopsy findings. The grand jury will ultimately review the evidence to determine if any charges are warranted. Meanwhile, Nolan Wells' family, represented by attorney Ben Crump, continues to seek transparency and additional information from anyone present on the Horn Island that day. In summary, Bart Edmiston's role in the Nolan Wells case is as the emergency caller and key witness, with his actions and testimony being scrutinized as part of the broader investigation into Wells' tragic death. Whew, I need a damn nap. But that is kind of eye-opening.
Yep.
Were we wrong with who was on the phone?
Could be.
Making the call? Is that actually Bart talking?
Well, you know what's funny is because we heard the other videos, it didn't really sound like it was Warren.
Mm-mm.
I thought for the most part, and it wasn't Wyatt because someone said, "Hey, Wyatt." Someone
Yep.
said his name. So I didn't think it was Warren, but I didn't know who else it could have been. That would make sense.
But why is he on the boat? Or is that his boat? That must be his boat.
That they're on.
So why are they all on Bart's boat if they don't know anybody?
Maybe because their boat was sinking and he was just pulling it.
No, I think he was on the boat. That's why you hear everybody. He's on that boat.
Yeah, I don't know.
This just got a little more ugly for me
Yeah.
because number one, I don't know I don't know because now I feel like everybody knew who Katie was.
And they said they didn't know who she was.
Right. But cover up.
Yeah.
But
If they find out that Katie was on the boat,
again, that picture I showed you yesterday, I only saw one female. How quick it is, the scan is pretty quick, but I only saw one girl. Reading this. Doug, where are you?
I'm here.
What do you think?
I don't think anything.
I'm a little confused now, but
There's just so much misinformation coming from both sides of this story. I'm just sticking to, I'm not believing anything until I hear it from the authorities.
right.
Win,
But-
lose, or draw.
Willie D live. So I got something I want to see here real quick. I can't play the whole thing, but we'll check this out real quick. I think. Yes, in 15, 12, 11, 10. Throw it up there, Doug. There you go, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Let's just see what this says.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up the flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, and in between time, I'm going to give some shouts out to the early birds, starting with Don. That looks like Bart and Katie. So, if you don't know, let me bring you up to speed. So, Bart is the guy whose name is being yelled in the sinking boat audio connected to the Nolan Wells case. You hear somebody in the background screaming Bart, and then somebody say, "God damn, Bart!" You know, like he messed up. Let's go back to Warren. And hold on, let me show you another picture of Bart. This is Bart, and we'll come back to this picture. But right now, let's focus on this one. And let's take a look at this guy right here right quick, because he plays a pivotal part in this whole storyline. That's Warren Hudson. I personally believe that Warren knows more about this story than anybody, because he was the one that they put out in front to answer questions to the media. He is the one that they put on the Officer Race Tatum show to try to trick us. But remember, he ended up tricking himself because he had zero emotions for this guy he identified as his best friend. I'm talking about best friend. Although he later admitted he had never been to his house, and they'd been best friends since middle school. Now, they went through all the middle school, all of high school, and you never been to your best friend's house in a small town? Ocean Springs ain't that big. But, Warren told on himself on that interview. He thought he was doing something. See, that's the problem with narcissists, fam. Narcissists always think they're smarter than everybody else. Okay? We'll come back to this guy. We'll come back to him. But for now, let's focus on this picture right here. This picture, I actually enhanced this picture because it was blurred. But the guy in the black shirt is being identified as Bart Edmiston. Bart Edmiston. Bart comes from a prominent family in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, where everybody lived, or most of the people that lived that was involved in the crime, I do believe. Now, Bart was the name being yelled out over the phone call, the sinking boat phone call that was made to the Sea Tow Company. Remember that? So if we rewind a bit, we kept hearing conversations about this girl named Katie. At first, she was the mystery girl. And then somebody gave a name. And then they said, okay, that's Katie. Okay, Katie. So now this is Katie. This is Katie. And this is Katie, allegedly. They kind of look alike to me. But they're saying that this picture is Katie and this is also Katie. That is Katie with Bart. And then that's Katie superimposed on a picture with Nolan. Don't have a picture of them together. At least one hasn't been produced yet. But that's Nolan Wells, and then next to him is the Katie girl, right? This is the girl that said that she spoke with Nolan before he went missing. She said that she spoke with Nolan briefly on the island, and then he left to go join his buddies back on the boat. Well, the buddies back on the boat, these guys, among others, said that no, he didn't come back and join us. We didn't see him after he spoke to the girl, Katie, that we didn't see him anymore. But remember, at first, the friends were saying that he left with a girl that he had never met before. And they said they didn't know the girl. They act like they didn't know who the girl was. But the lie detector determined that was a lie. Everybody
What lie detector?
knows who the girl is because
I didn't hear no rewind that again.
connected to this guy, Bart Edmiston. It turns out knows who the girl is because she is connected to this guy, Bart Edmiston. And they said they didn't know the girl. They act like they didn't know who the girl was. But the lie detector determined that was a lie. Everybody, it turns out, knows who the girl is.
I didn't hear nothing about a lie detector test.
I didn't either.
As the world turns.
There wasn't one.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't hear of any of that stuff.
Just more people saying what they want to push whatever narrative that they're getting behind without any evidence.
Because
And that's been this entire case on both sides. It's not just one side or the other. It's both.
Yeah, it
And
is.
Trump even joined in on it himself. Almost everything he put out in that presser was false information. So I don't know. I have a problem with the whole thing.
Bart Edmiston, the star football player in the small town of Ocean Springs. Bart is a punter. He now plays for Wyoming. Connected to this guy, Bart Edmiston, the star football.
What the hell is Bart Eamon?
That's his last name?
Is it?
Yeah, Bart Eamon.
Edmonton or something like that.
Yeah, that's his last name.
Oh, he just kept it short. Okay.
Ball player in the small town of Ocean Springs. Bart is a punter. He now plays for Wyoming. He's in college, but he has NFL aspirations. Now, why is it
Not anymore.
significant that Bart, who has NFL aspirations, not be involved in this case? Well, I just told you, he got NFL aspirations. So he can't be caught up in a murder mystery. He can't be getting caught up in, even if he is guilty of it. He can't get caught up in something like that. His NFL career would be over. You know how much work these youngsters put in to make it to the NFL? And they say this dude got a boot. They say he can kick it. They say he can kick that ball. So it looks like that he had a good opportunity to make it to the NFL. He's on his way. And it looks like that all of that could be coming to a crashing end if Bart is indeed involved in the death of Nolan Wells. Yeah, man, look at that. Covered by ESPN. Yeah, ESPN ain't just putting any kind of college athlete on their website, especially featuring them. That's not happening. But look at this. This guy, he had 65 punts in the 2025 season. He averaged 46.1 yards. His long was 68. Man, do you know how far that's
far?
What is the record?
Very far.
Let me check out the record for
Probably
college
close to a record.
college football punts. Let's see.
Well, that's another Hernandez. Right?
Yeah.
It looks like, okay, I was gonna do distance. They say they got a lot of them that has kicked a lot more punts than him, but okay. So whoa, that's interesting. So in college football history, somebody kicked the punt 99 yards, but that could also mean the ball was rolling too. Not that
He didn't kick it 100 yards. Get out of here, dude. That was rolling in the wind.
in the
That was all wind.
yards. Okay. But yeah, so they got people who have kicked the balls 99 yards and 95 yards and all of that kind of stuff.
That's on the roll.
They say this guy has a legitimate shot at making the pros. So this is the college football hometown hero, right? Oh, by the way, I first saw this story on Tissa Tales. I think that was the name that I saw, Tissa Tales. I think it was Tissa Tales is what I saw. But in any event, I like to give credit where credit is due. So Bart is the subject of the Nolan Wells case. He has stepped all the way up to the front. Could it be that Bart is the missing piece? He's the missing link to all of this. If Bart is trying to make it to the NFL, it would explain why Warren, in his interview, was being so protective, and he kept saying, my buddy, instead of Bart. He slipped up one or two times and said Bart. But then he said, my buddy. He kept saying, my buddy after that. Like he caught himself. See, that's the thing about lying. You got to remember the lie you told. And it's a lot easier to remember the truth than it is a lie. So, could it be that Bart is the missing link? Could it be? This, if indeed, if he is the missing link, it would explain a lot. We got a lover's quarrel. We got one of the oldest situations in the history and known to mankind. A man loses his life over a woman. Could it be that Bart?
Just gonna pause it here for a second.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So April is asking. So does this change who made the call? I'm a little, I mean, that's what it.
That's what it
that
sounds
other-
like. That's what it appears to be.
Yeah, that's what that other read that I read was, an article from one of the newspapers. So it's not, who knows, but that's what it sounds like. But again, nothing's vetted, nothing. It has to, for like Doug, for me to run with anything, it's got to come from the authorities involved in this case. So they have to come out and legitimately say, hey, the call was made by Bart, not, I don't know. And
Well, the problem with that, Chris, is that they're not going to say anything because it's
No.
an investigation. So we're
And
never
the-
going to hear that.
No.
We're never going to hear that
nope.
because it's going to go to the grand jury before then. So
Right.
the reality is what we have to do is try to find those pieces that make sense.
Hmm.
Try to find those pieces because it's not enough, in my opinion, it's not enough to say, for me to say, well, unless I hear from this, then really can't take any stock. Well, the only way you're going to take stock is if you look into this and then be able to try to piece and see what makes sense,
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we'll never know until they either say there's not enough evidence here to charge somebody or there is,
Hmm.
and I'm just clarifying that because when I'm hearing this, yes, I think without a doubt, it's very telling that someone did something to Nolan. Okay.
Hmm.
Here's the issue. Somebody did something to Nolan and somebody threw Nolan off the boat. We can pretty much surmise that's exactly what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, everything else is kind of a little bit out there because we're not really sure. But if you connect the dots and you start connecting those pieces, it points you to certain directions. It may not tell you he did it verbatim or this person did it verbatim, but it does say that this person is more likely to have done it. Not to say he did, but more likely that that's probably where law enforcement is going to direct all their attention. So I'm just saying, in my opinion, from everything that I have heard, I think there is a lot of validity to the fact that he is probably him and Warren, because Warren, I could tell you right now, when he did the interview with Tatum, I can tell you right now, it was damaged goods as far as I could tell. Everything he said, the way he acted, the way he carried himself, I felt like lying through his teeth. Okay, that's just me. Okay, but now I take that and say, and now I hear all this, and I'm going, well, yeah, we have all heard somewhere down the road about how people who are from small towns who have made it or are going to make it, that they always try to protect that because that's like their hero, right? The guy he made it to the next. So I would say that it is very probable that what we're hearing is a very good synopsis as to what happened. Now, we don't know who did it, but the evidence is starting to point to that direction is all I'm saying.
Right. Does my mic sound blown or anything?
Yeah, I'm hearing echoing, and it's not mine because all my stuff is all the way down on my echoing.
Is it me or is it Doug?
You sound fine right there.
Me?
You sound fine.
Yeah, it's Doug's. It's Doug. Just whatever, moving around, whatever, wind, whatever it is.
But if
Sometimes
we
you
can't-
can't help it.
But here's the thing too, Chris. Sometimes you can't have you're not going to have the exact science as to who, what, when, where, why. Okay, you're not going to have that. And I think it's a misjustice for anybody to think, well, because this is so confusing, I'm out of the game. I'm not going to go either side because, you know, it's just so much there and so much AI. That to me, that's just an excuse. The reality is, look where the evidence is taking you. Follow the evidence. The evidence will always give you at least an idea of where it's directing itself to. You know what I mean? It may not tell you who did it, but it's directing you to who could be a possible suspect. Kind of like A&T, right? We don't know. We have no clue.
No.
But I tell you what, everything is pointing right to that. You know?
Yeah.
And so we won't know until there's an arrest made. But to say, I think that there's no way that they're involved, or I don't know. I just don't believe it because it's so misinformation. Well, it's only misinformation because you're not piecing the pieces together. That's the only reason it's misinformation. The reality is, if you hear what they're saying and you can validate what is being said on these videos, then it's probably pretty accurate. It's just we don't have the handcuffs on somebody, and that's what we're waiting for. I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. I don't know. But
I'm waiting
Sorry,
on
go ahead.
autopsy. Manner, means, and talks, and then I can start making some decisions.
right. I mean, we got evidence. What everybody's got to wait for is that. But KB listening, keep saying my microphone is rattly. I don't.
Is it me? I'll trouble mute.
No, I think she keeps telling it's me, but I don't think it's me. Dog, how do I sound? Do you hear
Sounds good to
anything?
me, I don't hear nothing when you're talking.
Yeah.
I hear you, but I don't hear.
I just think it was Doug's, but whatever. It is what it is. I know it's, it can be annoying, but well, it's really trebly. I don't know. So anyways, yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. But, I got one thing to say, nothing to do with this. I just want everybody in the chat to know that I'm going to fire up my channel, but nobody needs to go there. The only person that I'm going to need to go there for a minute will be Melly. But that's all. I'm just firing it up to do something real quick, and then it's going to go off in a few minutes. So just so everybody knows. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? You can talk,
Okay.
You want me to play the rest of this, or are you good with this?
I think
Yeah.
I got enough there to at least get myself more like now. I can now go looking more into this Bart Emiston, okay, because that's where it seems like this thing is shifting to. So now, and this is what happens when they do investigations, or when we look into people like what happened and what could have happened. That's what happens as you keep gaining information, and then you go back and you go, well, who is this guy? And then you start piecing it, and it's like, oh God, like, okay, well, that's another player that's another player in this whole thing. You're not saying that him, but you are saying evidence sure is pointing that way. So law enforcement ain't going to tell you jack, because this is an ongoing investigation. You're not going to know jack until they handcuff somebody and say you're under arrest for this, and this. That's what we're going to know. You know what I mean?
True crime and breaking news.
In my opinion.
Bringing the story straight to you. Let's talk with Chris. The show is live. Truth in the air. Let's take a dive. Cameras rolling, hearts on display. Join the combo.
This must be his dad.
Be careful in the chat.
His mom's in an MD.
Yeah, probably.
This must be his doctor. This is the same.
Yeah, because he looks a little thicker there.
Yeah, because this is the same hospital that Nolan Wells. His mother is related to this hospital. But I just didn't know why he was showing this.
Twists and turns in every tale. Justice served without
Pain management.
Night calls, urgent alerts. We cover
Yeah,
it all.
so-
No one gets hurt. True crime lovers, news junkies too. This show's the place just for you. Come hang with us. Don't be shy. for
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
sky. From brutal murders to scandals.
So everybody comes over. Hello, hello. No, we're not keeping secrets.
So
It's like,
does the change who made the call confuse now? Not really. Here's what we do know. Nolan is unalive. That we do know. Nolan, it appears, that was on that boat, according to everything we've been hearing. So that's pretty almost like you can get almost closest to saying that he is on that boat. You can almost 99% come to the term that he's on that boat, okay, with everything we're hearing. And we know for sure that Nolan was found in the water. So that would mean somehow he went from the boat to the water. That is more likely for sure. What's not a for sure is who did or who was a part of, or was this self-inflicted as far as with alcohol poisoning, or was it somebody nefariously that did something that took advantage of him because he was already inebriated and basically unalived him? Okay. That's what we don't know for a fact. We do know that he's unalive. We do know he was probably most likely on the boat, and now they found him in the water, so someone threw him from the boat. So I'm telling you right now, they're probably going to find tampering with evidence as probably the main thing, unless they can get some of these kids to talk and say, was he struck? Was he hit? Was he drowned? Somebody holding his hand to walk. What happened? You know what I mean? And that's going to be the deciding factor. So there is a lot of information there, and it does point in certain directions, you know. And that's what a part of investigating is. You're not always going to have facts. Sometimes you got to get a lot of these what they would call circumstantial evidence, and then try to process that to see how you can pin it together to create that story, to create what happened. That's for sure. So there is a lot of information there. And I think, you know, for the people that don't want it to be that they did this because they're young kids and it destroys their lives and all, I get it. I totally get it. I don't want to see anybody. I would hope that it was just an accident, you know, but I think we're past the accident now to the point where somebody threw him over the boat because he was in the boat. Somebody threw him over. And then you go back to all the lies. If he was on the boat, then everything these young people said, to include the girl, okay, they were all lying. They were all lying. And that you can say if you believe that he was on the boat. And I honestly think, yes, he was on the boat. I believe that. I think there's enough evidence to say that. You know, so sometimes you just got to keep piecing the pieces together to make that picture paint itself. You know, just like NENT in that case, just like a lot of our cases, you know, you have to go ahead and just piece it and let it paint itself. And right now we're seeing that happen. The more every day something new's coming out, somebody is saying something. We didn't hear nothing about Bart at the beginning, right? Other than there was a guy that pulled the boat out, but we didn't even know his name was Bart, you know? So we didn't know a lot of information, but as the time of the case kept developing, we then found out, oh, wow, okay. Now that makes sense. Now, why Bart? Well, he was close to the boat because they were pulling the boat out. You see what I'm saying? He has some interaction. And then you find out possibly he's the guy that made the phone call. Yeah, I think there's enough there to say he's a very good person of interest, more than likely. Just my opinion. All right. Hey, bro, I am confused too now, says Millie. Anything at all? What do you think?
I'm tired. I have a headache. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. And yeah, I need a vacation because, I mean, I can't stress enough how I don't even really have a word to explain what it's like to have to deal with you on the lives and off the lives in private time. I mean, I'd marry my wife. I'd marry 3 of my wife over and over than have to deal with you just one show. It's so, I can't even explain to the chat. There's not even a word that
You must have got your
explains.
channel back. You must have got your channel back. That's why you're talking all loud.
No, the channel didn't go anywhere. I just had a lot of work to do to it. So
you must have got it all done then.
No, I'm still doing it. Because you have an option of going in to delete what they didn't like, or you can edit what they didn't like. So if you go in and delete everything, then you have nothing left. Right? So I'm going in, I deleted a couple things, more than a couple things. And then now I'm just kind of editing through certain videos, and the rules are strange to me, but no, I just like picking on you. That's all. I mean, it's fun.
Hey, I like you and Doug here all the time. I love having you guys. And obviously the chat loves having you guys. So this is definitely a thing that we're going to hopefully do it together.
Well, I mean, if you can learn how to be a little nicer, I might want to do it more. But I mean, now it's like,
I'm about as nice as you're going to get, my brother.
I know.
Hi, Deb. Gene, sorry, I was away for the bid. Gene, good morning. Holly, that gives Bart motive. If he's boy Nolan was making moves on his ex-girlfriend Katie, bro code, in my opinion. It's a good point. Jealousy it's an unaliver. Oh, bingo, Holly, Marianne, hi, Dee Dee and Chris. Welcome in, Marianne.
Hello, everybody.
Proton, Melly, hi, Marianne. Yes.
Am I having trouble with? Oh my God. I just don't know.
There's a lot, man.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a law? What?
Yeah, there's a law too. There's
a law, yeah. It's called, never mind. I can't remember the work law there, where you got to be nice to your employees. Yes, look, get it right.
Katie,
it's not.
No, it's yours, Chris. The microphone rattly.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not hearing it, but
I don't know. I don't hear it either. And I go, whatever. It is rattly. Sorry, I can't help you. I don't know what to do. It never changes. But
Barney says privileged ones in a small town.
Yeah.
No doubt. I snuck in earlier and hit the like button, and then errands came back, and you are still here. Yes, we are, Marianne, with awesome panel.
Can you do me a favor, Doug? Can you please read not Jim's chat, not the Oleg High, but the one before that? I think that's a very important.
Up or bottom? Go up or bottom?
Go back. It's above his Oleg hand height.
Okay.
It starts off with poor. So can you read that out loud, please?
Okay, hang on a second.
Cool.
To find it.
Actually, let me see. Can I?
It's an Oleg?
No, it's a Jim's Survival at 11:36 a.m. I don't know if you have the timestamp on, but I do.
Okay, no, I don't have that timestamp.
But
it's all right. I'll find it. Jim, there it is.
Yeah.
He says Marianne. Is that the one?
Nope.
Before it? Carol? Chaos?
I don't know. No.
Jim, good morning, DD and Chris and chat. Welcome in, Jim.
No, hold on. Is that I don't see that one. Nope. I'll read it to you anyways, because obviously, I understand the problem, but I don't want to bring that up on live with you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Hold on, let me. See. So this is Jim Survival's chat at 11:36 a.m. and it starts off with the word "poor Chris." DD, are you abusing your co-host? That is the best chat I've heard in days. At least there's one person out there that understands my issues with working under your authority.
Hey.
So,
Rhythmic Clues. Hey, guys, what's going on, Rhythmic Clues?
Rhythm and Clues is in here. What's up, Ash?
This has been a very good live, everybody. Been a good live, good conversation.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Very much so.
Doug, appreciate all of what you bring, man.
Doug's in the hiding over there. He is first. Category 5 hurricane is here. I don't know where, but it's here.
Well, what do you all think? Has anybody's opinion changed at all about do you think that there is some nefarious in this group of adolescents? Group of
Are you talking about me again? No?
What do you guys think? Hey, Jim, good to see you, says Melly.
I don't even know what to think anymore is the problem.
You do. Just focus, Danielson. Just focus. Oleg, Hoda, haha.
Wash off, Danielson.
Wash on.
I won't tell a stop. I won't lie.
Tell the story.
No. It's not just a quick thing. For the last 5 years, I have tried to catch a fly with the chopsticks, but never. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I try all the time. Can't do it, though. I can't even catch the food I'm trying to eat with the fucking chopsticks.
Hey, I'm with you there, man. I just have it more on my shirt than everywhere else.
Yep.
Purple, Devil Dog, always a good program. Thank you. You very welcome, Purple. Thank you for being here.
Purple, love
Everybody
it.
here makes it awesome.
My
Elsa says,
favorite.
foul play for sure in that case, in my opinion. I don't know how else to really say it other than, I think there's a hell of a lot of foul play with that group of numbnuts.
And see, it makes sense for foul play if you're this Bart dude, because if you have any chance of going to the NFL, you and your family are going to do whatever they can not to ruin that because, well, if his dad's a doctor, though, he's got some money, but they're not going to ruin that chance because he'll be able to retire early.
Doctor's going to use all his money to make sure this doesn't go nowhere. We've seen this before, man.
Yeah, I mean,
this story play out before.
You've seen it a lot of times. That's what people do. If you have the money to cover up an issue that a family member has created, you're going to do whatever you can to do it. Yes, we see it in the movies all the time, but this is real life, and it happens just as much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do you think they get their ideas for the movies?
Money's power in this world, man. Money's power.
And you know what? Don't get me wrong. If I could look at my bank account and it said 10 million, I'd be great because I'd have everything. But I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy right now. There's nobody here. Yeah, I know, AJ. There is nobody here that wouldn't want to have all the money in the world, right? But I want to be happy too. And I think when you get all that money, it changes you no matter what. And everybody can sit here and say, if I was rich, I wouldn't change. Yeah, you would, because it's normal, because you would be able to go buy whatever you wanted. You'd be able to build the house of your dreams. You'd be able to buy your Rolls Royce or your Bentley or whatever. It's just you could go anywhere and just be like, I could use one of those. Could I take 3? That's just how it is. And when you do become like that, things have to change, because now you have to have lawyers and you have to have this, because everybody in the woodwork is going to come after you for money, right? That's why I think a lot of these people that don't claim the lottery tickets right up front, they wait and wait because they get things in order, right? When I turn this in and they let it know that I was the one that won the 350 million, everybody I ever known is going to come out and be like, "Hey, my good friend, how are you?"
Uncle.
I hit. Well, you're screwed because you're my grand uncle. So just remember that. But yeah, it's just, you're right though. Money controls everything in this world these days. If you don't have it, you can only do what you can do, which I'm happy doing. I don't need to be rich. You know what I mean? I just want to be happy. I want to live and be happy and not be chased by this one and that one and these. I'm good.
Chris, I have always tell people I have made money in the past in the professions that I have taken, and I'm talking more in the engineer fields, and I have made nothing when I left the engineer fields. But I will tell you this, where I'm at currently, just like you just said,
Happy.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Can't buy everything I want. Can't buy a lot of things that I want with still having my kids to keep helping out. But I am happy. Hey.
Get off the table. Jesus.
Yeah, he's just the one. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
You're going to hear the dog yell, "Ow, ow, ow."
Well, because he does. He's got some claws, man.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to tell me. I got a beautiful kitty.
Ouch!
See?
God.
Sorry, so have either of y'all heard of the two missing siblings out of Bend, Oregon? Julian and Mahina Haas.
Did I hear about that from Nikki?
Went missing on the 26th, I believe. I think it's gonna be one of the new big stories once more information comes out.
I think, did I hear that from Nikki the other day or yesterday? Maybe. Come back. Who's coming back? Who left? All right, let me see now.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta wait for everything now on this, because this is, these cases are walking down the same path. Cover up, no information, nothing, and then little pieces come out every day. Everybody was up in arms yesterday with Nanos. Oh, new evidence. I don't see any new evidence. He just said, we have lots of DNA to go through. What DNA do you have to go through? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know why, because when the videos came out and then they added Nanos into her video, people saw that 17-year-old kid interview him, and it just snapped, because the one thing that I will not do is, and it's only to get people in. So somebody saw that video yesterday and decided, you know what, I'm going to throw that in my title. New evidence, oh my God, blah, 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 breaking news. There was no breaking news. There was no new evidence. It was just something that he said. It's just a title grab. You know what I mean? Come again, look at this, oh my God.
Absolutely.
I will never do that unless...
I see that all the time.
Yeah, and I'm not one to do that, because unless it's legitimate breaking news, or I don't even think it has to be breaking news. I'm not out here to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if it's newsworthy, yeah, I'll put it in there, but I'm not doing it just to be a title grab. That's not what I want. I'm not here for 500,000 subscribers. I'm here to hopefully tell the truth. And I think, with me and you and Doug on here, I think, we can be the most honest channel that's here. There's a lot of channels that are honest too, but I think with our little group, we can be, one of the honest channels. Because
I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree 100%.
What's the sense of lying? You know what I mean? I'm not here to lie, and I'm here to cover true crime and pick on you. I mean, that's
pretty much.
That's why I wake up every morning, is to come on here and to make you giggle and pick on you.
Oh, my Lord, you guys are funny. You're funny. But I will say this. Nolan had a right to live.
Yeah.
Nolan had a future.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan, by all people that we have heard about Nolan, was a very, very good young man, brought up by a very good parents. So the idea that he can go unalive, possibly someone could use their money to sway something which way or the other, one way or the other, is really sad, because it's not only others people's kids that are affected. You have a young man that's no longer here, and not by choice,
No.
So for me, I look at this more as I'm just going where I believe and what I'm hearing, where the evidence is taking me. And this is where it's taken me. It's taken me to these kids all along, but it's really taken me, because here's the thing. At the very beginning, go back to the very beginning. What did we hear? This is what we heard. Nolan said he's going with his friends. I saw him go out on that boat. Okay, that's pretty damn precise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then later you hear the girl say, through her sister, she said, my sister told me she saw Nolan going towards the boat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you look at the guys on the boat. They say Nolan never came on the boat. Nolan said he was staying with the girl because he kind of liked her and blah, 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 blah. One of them is not telling the truth. So now go back and look at what we're hearing now. And you ask yourself, who almost seems like they weren't telling the truth? I mean,
Everybody.
It's all there. So what's gonna be interesting is to see how much the sheriff Ledbetter, how much he literally pushes for the truth and tries to get those answers and not get swayed by the political BS that we know exists everywhere. That's going to be the key right there, and I don't know how it'll unfold, but I think that's going to be a good case here, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think so. I think we got to take a look at the timeline again, though, dog, because if we're believing that Nolan was on that boat when that call was made, that was at 4:00. And there's photos that were corroborated by Nolan's mother of him at 4:30 on the beach. And then there's also witnesses saying that Nolan asked them for a ride at 6:00, and they told him that the boat was full. So
yeah,
you have to take that in consideration too.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And it's really all those things, those dynamics, that you have to look at, from the timestamps to the timing, to the timeline, all these different aspects of it. But once again, if you go back to what was the reason that took Nolan to the water to make him unalive? What got him to the water? There was a reason why. There's a reason why at the beginning of this case. There's a reason why you heard, the pathologist of the second one say the key here is not just like, or even the Navy said, it's not just that he drowned or did he not drown. It's what took him to the water, what brought him to the water. And I think that's what you have. I think that's where it all begins, is asking that question. What could have possibly made sense of him going into water? And no one is stating anything. No one is saying, I saw him in the water. I saw him swimming. He wanted to take a dive. He wanted to cool down. He wanted to take a poop. He wanted to go pee. No one putting him in the water is the most crucial thing. And in my opinion, there's really only two things that puts him in the water in reality. And that's something happened to him on the land, on the island, and he was thrown in the water, or the young man was on a boat and eventually ended up in the water. There's really no other thing that you can really look at and say, well, it's possible that because now you're getting impossible, but there's only one way to get in the water. Either you're going there yourself, for what reason, or you're put in the water. And there's only two things that make sense to me logically that would explain why he was in the water. So I get all the other stuff about the timeline and I totally agree with you. I think they're all important. Everything's important. But at the end of the day, we have to figure out, as we are doing this case, we have to figure out what took him to the water. What brought him in there? What brought him to the water?
But if we do find out the drugs and alcohol are involved, that could give us an irrational reason for him to go into the water. We're looking at it from a rational point of view and why he would have went into the water. But if drugs and alcohol are involved, there could be an irrational reason that no one went into the water.
Well, true. And the reality is we do know alcohol was involved because they were all drinking alcohol. We do know that there were sources that said drugs were involved. We don't know if they have them in their system or not. That'll come out in the toxicology report. So we don't know if he had that in him. I'm going to say probably, most likely, if he got that inebriated, no doubt in my mind, maybe he does have that. So we know that those two things. But then it's still what got him in the water. Well, he made a bad decision. He just thought, I'm just going to go swimming. I don't know. Even I mean, look, I've been there, done that. I've been there, done that.
I just hope they get to the bottom of it one way or another and hold whoever is responsible. And bring the weight of whatever they can down on whoever is responsible for Nolan's death. Even if it's the person that gave him the drugs and the alcohol and some
Absolutely.
Bring the hammer down.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. You're right.
They need to.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree. No, you're right on. At the end of the day, justice needs to be served. If there's justice to be served, it needs to be served on what happened to this young man, unless they can show that he did it to himself as an accident. But you're right. You're 100% right. I agree with you 100%.
But didn't we hear on the audio you killed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, right?
Yeah.
So again, who knows?
I can tell you right now, if I was investigating this case and I was a sheriff, I'd have my investigators bring everyone from everybody. When I say everybody, I'm talking about the people on the boat, okay? The girl, Katie, and the Bart individual, him as well. I'd bring them all in. I'd separate them in every different freaking room. And then I would just start interrogating them by literally telling them, we have the tapes. We have it. So either you come clean or we are looking at this, and use every tool in the toolbox that law enforcement has to say and lay out what the options are of what you're facing if you are found guilty. And I guarantee you, at this young of age, people are going to talk. The problem is, what if listen?
You can
let's
just
look
stick
at-
your face in. Hold on one
look-
second.
look- let's
Where's
look at
all the
this.
adults?
Exactly.
I'm right here. I'm here. Hey, can I interrupt you for one
Yes,
second?
Go ahead.
Say hi to down so they can see your mug. That's
What's
Tyler.
up, buddy? Who, Tyler?
Yeah, that's Tyler. That's Double D over there. That's Doug right
Hey,
there. That's
Tyler.
Doug. And that's
Good to have
Doug.
you, Tyler. Nice to see you, buddy.
No,
Does Dad let you park the car or what?
yeah, right. So did I make you lock the car? But Doug, the one you don't see a picture of, he lives in Massachusetts. And then Dog is from Venus. So he's
Venus,
not local.
Ohio.
Yeah, Venus, Ohio. So, all right, now get out. See ya.
Nice to meet you, buddy. So,
You
yeah,
too. He said, wow, he was nice. Shocking.
and
Woo!
I think that's the whole thing, is I would separate them, I would interrogate them, and I would use every tool to be able to say, you're going to do X amount of time because you were on that boat, you are an accessory, and if you all don't come up clean, then you're all going to get charged. It's not like it used to be. We go, well, no, everybody just stays quiet. They'll never know. No, they just put it all on one.
Yeah, when they get through the list of interviewing everybody and re-interviewing, and then whatever the grand jury comes up with, somebody, I don't care, man, somebody's singing.
I agree.
Because once the grand jury comes back and says, okay, yeah, we're gonna, what is the word? We're gonna move to.
We're going to move forward to go ahead and charges to be filed.
Yeah. Once the people hear that, somebody's gonna sing. Somebody's gonna be like, "What do you mean? I can go to jail for what?"
The pucker
No, it
factor
was
is going
him.
to kick in.
He did it this way, but yet they're still in trouble
What did I
because
say? Go ahead.
you're an accessory.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, even if you were on the boat and you, like we said the other day, even if you're on that boat, you didn't do anything, but you saw it, you made yourself an accessory. So now,
And you didn't do nothing to stop it.
exactly. And in some states nowadays, that's a crime if you live in New York.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you're still getting in trouble for something. You know what I'm saying?
And remember the pucker factor.
Right.
Remember the pucker factor. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
that,
right-
once that happens, my God, you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to jail. Johnny did it.
Right, and then-
little Susie did it.
Whoever, I don't even, again, I did it. I forget what I was even going to say. See, I can't talk, think of something, and read the chat, because then I screw myself all up. I forget what I was even going to say. So,
Bart, I think was it Bart Brantley?
no, that was, what's her face? It was
What's the
Bart,
name of-
N whatever, EN something.
Oh,
Edmonston.
Emiston.
Edmonston, yes. And his father's a doctor.
His father's a doctor, yes. Emiston, like
It was-
INSTON or something like that.
I think it was EMINOSTC something.
If anybody's got it, please put it on there for April to go ahead and have that name. If anybody's got that spelling of that last name, I appreciate it.
What? I don't want to do that. What?
Thank
Anybody?
you. Appreciate
Anybody?
that, Doug. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is, April. EDMISTON. Thank you, Doug.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Anytime, man. Doesn't matter to
Click that
me.
like, everybody. Click that like. Do me that favor.
Man, you see though, every day every damn day. We got this one. We got it nailed down. It was this. Huh?
Hey,
You know?
but in all fairness, we are on the same track.
Of course.
And we're on the same track. We're on the same track that we've been on. Who else did we say did it?
Big hairy dude. Still my number one.
Well, we were saying the hairy guy, what's his role? But I mean, in all honesty, we've been saying the same narrative has been the same. We just couldn't decide. We didn't have the information to know was he on the boat or not. That's
Right.
This has just solidified that to say, yeah, he was on the boat. That's pretty damn obvious. Everybody's
We're
here.
learning new players too every day.
Absolutely. And then all of a sudden new players come in. Mr. Simpson, Bart Simpson comes in, and next thing you know, you're like, oh God, like, yeah. But it's not like we were off, you know. It's not like we were off. We're right on. It was just a matter of more information to come out. And once that information started coming out, and these numbnuts were doing their interviews, everything started getting to show. Everything started to getting exposed. And now I think we're at the very end where all we're waiting now for is somebody to say, I know what happened.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to go. You know what's funny? The other day when we were listening to whose interview was that? Warren's interview? Yes. With the cop. Warren's interview?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember what I pulled out of that, Doug? And I said to you that doesn't make sense. It was I texted Katie to find out if she's seen Nolan. And then he's like, well, we all started texting Katie. And I'm like, wait a minute. How could you guys do? You didn't know her. And now adding in this Bart guy and Katie, now it's like, well, you know what? They must have known each other because he was with that group. So if Bart knows them, and now I think somewhere in the chat, somewhere way back, I thought I saw somebody put in, it was actually the Katie and Bart, they were ex-boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right. Someone said that at first.
Yeah, so whether or not it is whatever it is, but obviously they know each other.
Right.
So
But
you lie.
In fairness, the guys in the boat at the beginning, Bart was not on that boat at the beginning. In fairness,
No.
you know what I'm saying? But they still knew who he was. They still knew that he was dating her because that was their friend.
Right. And as far as I can tell, the boat that they came on wasn't Warren's boat. I think it was, whose boat was it that they came on? Was it Trist?
No, not Tristan. It wasn't Tristan Shepard. It was
Wyatt.
Wyatt.
Yeah.
And he had the what, Doug? Which boat was his?
The Triton.
And it looks like when they left and started to sink, doesn't it look like that was the Triton?
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
So, number one, why is Bart making the phone call if it's not his boat? And you would need Wyatt's phone, account information and name if you were making the call. So why would Bart be placing the call? You know,
I don't think it is Bart. I think it's Wyatt on the call.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly what Wyatt sounds like, but and then you say the uncle or the grandfather knew already.
Right.
So nothing makes sense.
Well,
And
it's
what
crazy.
I
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
what I was going to say is I think the interviews with Tatum, I think it opened up a whole nother shit show.
Oh yeah.
Because this is where Warren misspoke about we were all texting her.
Yeah.
And, maybe this wasn't a, kid parent lawyer interview. Maybe this was a LE interview. Hey, Tatum, we know you do this stuff. How about you go interview these kids, see if they'll talk to you? It's all admissible, right?
Not necessarily, because he's not a cop no more.
Okay, but can they use that in court for what the kid said?
They could use the information.
Well, there you go.
It's just not a sworn statement, but they could use the information to use it as reference to asking those questions, because he opened himself up by answering those questions like that.
Right. And then so if the lawyer was there saying, yeah, no, if he let him say some of the stuff that gets him in trouble, well, I mean, what is that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that all about? I mean, yeah, I mean,
I think we're right on the money. Just like I think with Nancy Guthrie, I think we're right on the money. I think that for the most part, I think we are right in the ballpark. And the only thing waiting now, I don't think there's any other dime to be dropped. I think the players are all there. And I think now it's just a matter of, will the sheriff's department do their job and literally have this interview with all these people of interest, and then have somebody go ahead and say, you know what, screw this shit. I didn't have nothing to do with this. This is, me saying I'm done,
right.
He did it. He did
it. Yeah.
Because that's how it works. And then, now the reality comes in and
I think it's going to be a female that, comes out and says, look, I don't want any part of this. Just because I just think the females think they process stuff and be like, wait a minute, I'm not going to jail for these clowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, us as guys, we're all tough and stuff. Don't worry about it. We'll be great. Nothing will happen to us. I think the females use their brain a little better sometimes than we do.
I agree.
And I think it's going to be one of the girls to come out and say, listen, Dad, I can't go to jail. Really? I mean, I'm 18 years. I can't go to jail. They'll kill me and I can't go. And you know what? Sing like a bird. Just let the truth out.
And that's the thing. I mean, I agree with you. I think that's the bottom line. They're going to talk. They're going to say, hey, I'm not taking the fall for this. But there's the other twist. So let's just say that it's the person that we think it is who is towing. Let's just say it goes that direction. Okay. What if he comes back and says, well, yeah, but you know what? You guys say anything, I'll say that your mom provided the alcohol and your dad provided the drugs, and you're all going down. You know what I'm saying?
They could.
Right? I mean,
they could.
Imagine that? Like, we're all in this one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm blown away with today's information. And again, it has to be vetted and come out through LE on this case. I don't need it to come out from LE in, New Mexico or something. I need it to be the sheriff's department. Now, I will say that from what I was able to find out about this sheriff in that area, yes, women do have a better morale compass than men. You guys have a lot better stuff than us men. You know what I mean? Not saying that you women can't be, a whoo, but yeah, you guys think a little better than us.
That's for sure. I agree.
What was I saying? What was I saying? What I could find out about the sheriff's department is they're high up on the area. The people like this sheriff, and a lot of them came out in articles afterwards saying, "Oh, we support everything the sheriff does. We believe the sheriff did everything right in this case." It wasn't like dealing with nanos.
Right.
You know what I mean? Immediately he was looking for help. Hey, let's go out there, see what we can do. And, so hopefully, he can help and figure this whole damn thing out. And, the kids had his wake, his funeral. You know, he's buried his resting place, and the family is, you know, they're through a big, huge part of it, but they're not complete and ready to, you know, I don't think you ever move on from losing your child, right? You don't, but you're ready for the next step when you find out the truth. And that's
when you find out the truth, you're ready to move on because there's nothing you can do to turn it back. You just want to know exactly. You want to have somebody held accountable if they had anything to do with your loved one being unalived. That's just the bottom line. And I think that and that's well expected, you know. And if they say, well, you know, no one was around, he was out there by himself and this happened, well, then you chalk it up as in, okay, he probably ended up drowning or something, you know. But in this case, there's so much information that I don't think that's going to happen. I think that somebody's going to get charged, and it may be multiple people. And they may look at it. They may look at it as in, okay, well, we'll take the hit for, you know, tampering with evidence, but we're not going to take the hit for unaliving. You know, you know what I mean? It's very possible. And so, yeah, I mean, I just think that when I look at this evidence now, it's still pointing to the same group of individuals that I thought it was pointing to. It's still going to that same narrative. There for a while, I was like, well, you know, I even said it the other, you know, a few days ago. You know, I watched the Tristan Shepard interview by Tatum, and I said, you know, he did a really good job, and he did a good job. Not saying
he seemed more legitimate than Warren.
More on spot, more affection, more delivery. He had substance. He looked literally, he did a damn good job in the interview. But once again, when you go down to the other numbnut, you know, he's like, he didn't do himself any justice. And neither did Tatum didn't do him any justice, in my opinion. And everything is still going. That's the whole thing, guys. Everything is still pointing that direction. Nothing has steered it. You know, we said, well, maybe Katie's dad. No, that kind of went back away. Maybe it was somebody who just didn't like him because of, you know, he was talking to this girl. Maybe not that direction. It's still pointing. The compass is still pointing to these individuals. Nothing has changed that. Okay. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, why does that compass still keep pointing there? Well, it's probably because most of the stuff that's coming out is taking you there. And that's what you got to follow. It's when you start going across the grain and trying to think outside the box, like really outside the box, you know, slip and fall, you know, all this other what I would call just not probable theories. At that point, you get to a point where you say, dude, just follow the fact, follow where it's taking you, you know, or follow the evidence. Forget the hell with the facts. Follow the evidence. Where does the evidence say, you know? And then it's going to at least lead you to that group of what you've been talking about, in my opinion. Just saying. But yeah.
Let me just oops, sorry. It's my boss from the school. They're keeping an eye. We're getting torrential rains, so they're keeping an eye on all the flooding areas. So they keep texting me, everything's good. Because yesterday I went to Home Depot and I had to get all this flood stuff, and then I got these water sensors. You know, they have these CR123 batteries, stupid little things, but you plug it in. You don't plug it in. You just plug the leak detector pod into it, put it down where it could leak, and then you set it up on your Wi-Fi. So the alarm goes off, and it gives me a text saying, hey, there's water at the school. Then that means I go in the truck and go to the school and get wet. So, yeah, no, it's all fun.
It's gotta suck.
Yeah, it sucks. I'll be on like
on call.
24/7 until Saturday, because I think we're supposed to rain today, tomorrow, and Friday. So, oh yeah, can't wait. But let me just get back to a couple of these chat things in here that I saw. Yes, Miss Barney, I know you could kick my ass, dog's ass, and Doug's ass together. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying men are strong all the way. I'm just saying, women are just as strong. Don't get me wrong. But, whoever said something about having me share my son on here was great. Thank you. It's perfect. He was being shy at first. I had to break his leg to get him in here to say hello. April, thank you, April. And yes, look at my wife is the strongest woman I've ever met in my life. Not physically though, because she's only 5'4". She's tiny. I'll just kick her right out the door with my left foot. Out you go. But no, listen, women are strong, very smart. Listen, I can be honest with you. I've had...
Because he hasn't been the whole time earlier, but go ahead.
Yeah, I lied the whole time earlier. I've worked a few jobs, and I've worked 2 jobs with my boss as a woman and 2 jobs with my boss as a guy, and I would take the women over the guy anytime. And my 2 longest jobs have been as the boss was a woman. So by trade, I'm a heavy equipment mechanic. I'm a diesel mechanic, and I worked for a construction company, a very large construction company, and the shop foreman was a Cheryl, and she was a diesel mechanic. Best boss I ever had in besides DD, but she was the best. I would work for a woman over a man anytime.
Yeah.
So, so April, is that what you wanted me to say? Okay, cool.
Everybody, let me say something quickly. Everybody, make sure you guys subscribe to each other's channel here. Hit
it up.
Chris, talking with Chris. Let's talk with Chris. You got Doug, Analyze Doug, and you got myself. Go ahead and if you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them. Because I can tell you right now, this is probably you're going to see this more than
a lot.
We're going to be doing this, and this is a great combination of different perspectives. You know what I mean? This is a great conversation. We have great abilities to find things and decipher things. And not that anybody else doesn't. Of course, a lot of people do, but this channel is about down to earth as you're going to find to be able to go ahead and have your opinions heard and literally feel like you are being listened to on your theories and opinions because you all matter. So do me that favor, subscribe to Let's Talk with Chris, subscribe to even Pretty Little Clues that was on here earlier. Army Vet, if you guys haven't, subscribe to him and just enjoy it for what it is, because we never know what tomorrow brings,
I'm sorry, you said something about listening. What'd you say? Just kidding. Where's Miss Barney?
Right there, last one.
Miss Barney, look at the screen. Can you see it? Defiant. Smart water leak detector. Home Depot sells them. They're like $25. She asked what it was. So defiant.
Chris, Barney's saying, nope, I'm 5'1". The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Exactly.
Out loud. Oh goodness.
Exactly.
I detest female bosses, says Barney.
Really? Who?
Barney.
Really? Oh God, no. Look at, I have 3 female bosses right now. My 2 daughters and my wife. Whatever.
I got 5 girls and a boys. So
yeah. So you have 5 bosses.
6 actually.
And the wife isn't even the main boss. It's the daughter.
It's the ones that are. Yeah, I'll just keep it at that.
Yeah, you better. Because they just walked by, so you better keep it like that.
It's all good, man.
I'd
But
rather
no,
work.
this channel has been good. Everybody's been great. Hey, I got to get off because I got to do and make some money to pay some bills. So
I'm so glad you found me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you found me.
Right. I don't know how that happened. It was like a
Really?
magnet. You know, but-
Yeah. Oh, dude. So many similarities, so many things we have in common, so many things. Our channels, along with Doug, just really just good information can. And what I like about this is no matter whose channel we go on, we always have the ability to look up something on real time while
Yep.
somebody's keeping the channel going. The other ones have time to look up stuff for them and vice versa, So
Yep.
that's also a nice thing to have. And
Oh yeah.
we just saw it just now here a little bit ago.
Teamwork,
when
baby.
We were doing it.
Yep. So listen to Doug. Oh, I gotta go make some money, pay for things. How is it possible to make money in your reclining chair sleeping? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I just try. I try.
You just
What do they say? What's that word that I manifest that this job, the work is getting done.
yeah.
And we
He just
focus
lays there. He's
there.
like, "Come on, money. Come on, money. Please, money.
Hey,
Please."
I'll tell you this. I do have to pay the bills, bro.
Yeah, so don't I. So don't I. Luckily-
I got to go out in the heat and sun, man, and get
Oh.
out there and, yeah.
Well, hey, you do that. Don't worry. I'll relax for you because I'm going to take a nap, pal. And hey, look, you know why I'm lucky? My wife's a very well-paid teacher at a private school, so hey, I'm happy. Hey, great.
All right, everybody. Go
All right,
ahead,
my boy.
party shots. Give your last.
All right, WD Doug, thank you very much. I'm sure we'll see each other at 5:00 again. And to the chat, thank you much. And yeah,
Spread the
Bye.
word, everybody. Spread the word.
what I do.
Spread the word, everybody.
I know, but I want all yours. All yours, Doug.
Go ahead, Doug. You got it.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, guys. Always a pleasure. Love the chat. Love you guys, and we'll see you at 5.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I don't.
Everybody, just want to say thank you so much. Appreciate everybody here. Chris, Doug, everybody else who was here, who came on. Support the channel. Support everyone's channel. That's how we become stronger, and you're going to see a lot more of this. So thank you once again. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all the mods across the board. And last but not least, it's all common sense, everybody. Everything is common sense. Everything.
It is. Hey, when you get some, let me know.
Okay. Semper Fi, everybody.
Semper Fi,
God
dog.
bless.
Semper
Semper
Fi.
Fi.
Later, Chris.
All right, y'all.
Later.
See you later, Doug.
Later, Devil Pups.
Adios. We'll see you at 5.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right, man.
Later, bud. Semper Fi, brother. What you thinking, babe?